Oh, blah, 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 blah. We stay silly or else. We do. We do. Hi, Hot Rod. Hi, Lissy. Hi, Dada.
Hello.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm great. I just got back.
Come back from what?
First I went to go pick up my second bike, and then we just started talking shop. And I made a schedule with him because my Zwift, my trainer has been acting up, and we're trying to find the problem to see if it's a user-based issue or if he gets the same problem, and I might have to exchange the trainer. It just might be time.
This is like a indoor standing bike?
Yes, but it's just the trainer itself, and you attach the bike to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird. But yeah, no, my fingers crossed for that. Hope it is nothing severe.
Me too, because these things be costing like $400.
Yeah. Even though they're not that complicated. Like when you compare it to a bike, the bike itself is more complicated than the trainer usually.
That's true. But I think you're probably buying the name and what you can use it for, its potential.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
But what are you? How are you? Hey, AP. Hey, Hot Rod.
Oh, you love chat. It's very delightful.
Yeah.
Having a real ganbate, if that's possibly a horrible pronunciation, day of come on, let's just do it. Let's just get on with it. We can do it.
But it's looking great, your comic. I love watching you make comics. It's like one of my favorite things, honestly.
Oh, the comic's fine. I just had a rough day yesterday.
Do I need to beat someone up?
Not yet. Not yet.
All right.
I opened my lockbox for like my important documents last night, and there was like a puddle of moisture in one of the corners.
Oh no!
Yeah. So that was exciting.
I'm sorry.
They dried overnight, and nothing was unkeepably bad. Just oof, youch. Wow. Didn't need that.
Yeah. I had manga a long time ago. My mom put it in the outdoor storage, and it got mold on it. I had to throw all those things away.
But we're talking about like legal name change documents that if the staples come undone, they become like void, and I can't use them for telling companies to stop calling me the wrong thing.
Far more important than my stinky old manga, of course.
One of them has like an embossed seal from like a judge, but manga's great too.
Can you make copies of it, or does it have to be official?
You have to have them make you copies of it. And, that's also assuming that I'm using them for, like, severe legal purposes where them not being stapled actually super matters. Like, a lot of cases they don't. But it's just sort of like
something you should consider then, just in case. You're a just in case copy.
Yeah. If I'm using 0.4, 5? The line weight is different. The line weight's different. I will figure this out. Yeah, I appreciate your company because I am dragging my feet today, and having people around just helps keep me alert.
Well, of course, you help me too because I should be working. So I can talk to you instead of just idly looking online at stuff.
Are you like a serial multitasker?
I'm not good at it, but I do it.
Well, to say that you focus better when there's more than one input's happening, I guess is what I mean.
No, honestly, no. No, I do better when I have complete quiet.
Get out of my chat.
No, it's just boring. That's and then I just end up napping and stuff. No, I gotta stay awake.
Oh, Dada, I can't make you do anything.
I mean, I'm always open to suggestions, but you're not so much a distraction where I can't get things done.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Now, if I were like playing video games or something, then which I used to, well, I still do it, but it's fine. It's fine.
You make it work.
I do. I mean, I've been around this long, I guess. So.
And I am planning to have you for much longer. So there.
Nice. And Hot Rod over there is trying to start stuff.
Of course, always. This is the nature of things.
Hot Rod, you don't know what you would do without me.
The vibes from that are immaculate.
I bet you go to bed and when you're talking to your partner, you're like, that wacky data.
You both start stuff. I'm gonna put you both in timeout. I will pull this car around.
Oh no, then how are we going to get to our destination?
If you don't stop arguing, we are not stopping at the gas station for candy.
Oh no. Conde. You know what? If we were on a road trip, what would you get?
For some reason I heavily associate combos with road trips.
That's fair.
Actually, probably shouldn't have that shape cut in severely as it is.
Probably just get like hot Cheetos or something.
I never satiated my craving for Chester's hot fries that I've been having. That's still just like I have like a little Sims need bar that's like in the orange about it.
Oh, I get you. I had to make myself stop because I was like eating it like weekly.
Sometimes you just gotta itch. You just gotta scratch it. You gotta cave a little, just a little.
I know, but when every nutrition counts, though, I can't be eating.
That's fair.
A whole bag of chips. Okay.
You know your body. I trust you.
Thank you. I was going to say something pervy, but that would have been incestuous and not about that life. Okay.
At least not anymore.
I'm sorry, Hot Rod. I thought you had a partner.
My sweet.
I just assumed you were married with like 2.5 kids.
Hot Rod is... I'm gonna headcanon that Hot Rod has a car that they love very dearly. Hot Rod, are you a dog person or a cat person?
You better say the right answer.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
There's a right answer and there's a wrong answer.
That's one of the things you don't have. Oh no! I am sending you my best wishes.
I mean, honestly, while animals are great, you can just live your best life. Just travel at a drop of a hat or something.
True. But Kitty makes dopamine.
You know what else makes dopamine? Trees. Okay.
I could take my cat outside. I have a leash.
Yeah, you could. Oh. Do you actually walk your cat outside with a leash?
Not right now, because it's very snowy.
Oh. You think you'll lose your cat if you let it walk outside? Or just like...
Without a leash, maybe.
Get absorbed by the snow?
What? They're not that small. The snow isn't that deep.
Oh, because you know those like those videos where the cat jumps in the snow and it just disappears. I just imagine that for your cat.
Man, we haven't had snow that deep in ages. Okay, I need to bring his reference up here, and for some reason, his torso is throwing me off. Why did I design you like this, you little freak? I designed this, dude, and I am regretting it.
Aww. Look, you got this. You just gotta make it a little shorter, right? His torso.
He's so shaped.
He's
so shaped. Goodness, I did this to myself. Okay.
1, 2. Mm-hmm.
Are you humming along with me? Me and my work
just
sounds?
Acknowledging. Yeah, and acknowledging what you're
Don't
saying.
perceive me.
How can I not? Okay. You're one of the favorite parts of my day. Okay.
What?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make sad little doggy sounds about it.
Don't. No, that's a good thing.
Yeah, but sometimes you can be sad that good things are happening.
I mean, are you sad when good things are happening? Well, give me an example of this.
Right now.
Not the right answer.
So, Hot Rod made a delightful typo. You're a cute, talented screamer. Yeah.
Oh.
Peak
You feel like
volume.
I spend too much time on social media?
I'm
Wow.
so good at screaming. Lungs of steel.
I guess I do spend a lot of time on social media, huh?
I've been making myself get off Instagram for a while, just because the algorithm's been very not contributing to my mental health in any good way.
Well, I guess I feel like it's more I'm on the PC, not necessarily social media for too long. I'm sitting for too long.
Yeah, that's different, because like being physically at your PC, that can be bad for your body. Being on social media for too long, that can be really bad just for your psyche.
Yeah.
I will chew you up and spit you out.
I mean, what else am I supposed to do with my time, Hot Rod?
Do you have any, like, crafts that you do?
I've been considering picking one up, like playing with clay.
Ooh. Heck yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess the issue I have is like I don't like accumulating a lot of things.
That's fair.
And yeah, I want to make memories. Okay, I want to.
Whoa! Hot Rod coming in with the burn. I'll let you read that, daughter.
Wow! Wow! You need to go to work.
Let's
How
make
about
some
that?
actual. You're getting roasted. That's like coming in with the steel chair.
Oh, well, Hot Rod, I'm literally working like as we speak. Okay, I just hit the save button. Okay.
I just hit the save button.
And they're going to be very happy that they're going to get their money when their person dies. Okay?
Yeah, I just submitted a will to the system. They're gonna be rejoicing when this old man kicks it.
Well, the children will be sad, but they'll also be happy.
Yeah.
I mean, who actually gets some money nowadays when your parents kicked the bucket. I already know I'm not getting any money.
Yeah, but you have like a history.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. I wonder if some of this is TMI. I have an estranged late uncle who passed on somewhat recently, and we were getting the will documents to figure out how things are going to people. And there's two very mysterious things that have been noted in the version that we got. I don't know if it's getting changed or not. One of it is he has, or well, had/has a wife/ex-wife who never legally got divorced with, but were separated with.
Yes.
She was not mentioned once, which is a little dangerous to do, because that person could then argue, hey, they forgot me, or a page is missing somewhere. They would definitely put me in.
It won't work. If it's not in the will, that overrides them being married to Ken. Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Paperwork is literally everything. Like, even down to like with my job, whether the POAs can add power of attorneys can add a beneficiary later on after the person's death. If it's not in the paperwork, but when the person's alive, they can't do it.
Okay. Interesting.
I mean, she'll try, but yeah, it's not going to work out for her.
Yeah, but so just seeing that, we were like, huh. But then also, his mother, who is my grandmother, she is alive and healthy. In fact, I love her. She was written into the will under the assumption that she was already deceased.
Oh, yikes.
It literally writes that she's late, and it's like, she outlived him. That was her son, which means he wrote that at some point, I guess just assuming that he was gonna outlive her, maybe? Like, an optimist?
Yeah, but I'm curious about that, though.
Yeah. Right? It's weird, and so we mentioned that to the person who's handling the paperwork, and he's like, can you send me her address? Hold on. We gotta sort.
I'm guessing you guys are working with an estate lawyer or whatever?
Not closely, but you know, we've touched base with them and have noticed some weird things and have communicated back to them, and they're like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah, what is they gonna tell your granny? Oh yeah, your son thought you were gonna be dead and you're not. How do you want to handle this?
No. I don't know if they had a good or a bad relationship either, so it's just, what is going on there?
So interesting.
The dynamics, the tea, the drama. I'm gonna sneeze.
Oh, bless you. I won't make a comment on how cute your sneeze is. I guess I already did.
Goodness.
You muted yourself to sneeze again.
Oh, did you assume that I muted myself?
Yeah.
Oh no, that must have just been Discord noise canceling getting me.
Oh.
Yeah, stream probably heard it in HD.
It's one of those things where now, and I'm guessing then you don't know about life and you think you're going to outlast someone. Yeah, I make no assumptions that I'm going to outlive my relatives.
Yeah.
I don't.
It makes me wonder, though, if you can, write in clauses in your will, if this person is alive, do X, but if not, do Y. Is that a thing?
I think you can. Yeah, it would be well, I know with beneficiaries, there's complex beneficiaries where they can add into issues like that.
Complex bennies.
Sorry.
It's key. I like the term.
I like abbreviate everything because you have to write that stuff constantly.
Oh yeah.
I just force everyone to get used to it. Yeah.
It's efficiency, but also just the word's cute to me.
Yeah.
Howard says before they forget. Oh. The first snack has been dropped. I repeat, my floor has been sullied.
Hold on, let me yell at my brother real quick.
Booyah! Wow! Booyah! There we go.
Okay. Was I muted?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay.
And it was just in time for me to sneak a Poyo without being heard by you. Teehee.
Oh, I think my sandwich is here.
Ooh.
I ordered from Firehouse Subs.
Oh, I've never heard of them. They must be somewhat regional.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, all over in Texas. I haven't thought to look for them outside of Texas.
Yeah. A temptation to treat myself like a cheesesteak or something in the near future sounds nice.
Good. Oh, that's not yours! Your food's in the refrigerator! Make my sub!
Telling Dada to not yell, it's antithetical. Firehouse is outside of Texas, but the good thing about that is that some of the proceeds may go to actual firehouses. I love that. Oh my gosh. Noted. I'm gonna have to keep that in my brain hole. If I want a good sandwich, and I have the option to eat at Firehouse, that is in my brain hole. Why do I call it that? Good grief. Okay, trying to figure out how much I want the elbow area to, like, stoop down. I think that's good. Yeah. I also feel like we're working with some unevenness here, so I'm just gonna cheat with the warp tool. I had one of their meatball subs and it was really good. Heck yes. Gosh, no, that's a delight. That's the kind of good vibes that I need today. I also need to not launch into a tirade about what it reminds me of, which is an inherently negative topic, and I need to restrain myself from negative topics for a little while. Good grief. It's great to be informed of current events, but you can only put so much energy into it until it's consuming you and it's affecting your quality of life. And right now I'm being very affected.
Okay, I'm back.
I heard the immediate, that sandwich isn't yours.
Yeah. You know, because he played too much.
Siblings.
Just making sure. He doesn't wake up early enough, so he got breakfast.
No.
Yeah, because I bought breakfast and I put it in the refrigerator for him.
Also work from homer?
No, he's
between
metaboarded.
Okay. Also, hi Cupid. Hi. Good to see you.
So yeah, he's living his best, worst life. Yeah, getting 100% from the military is not easy. You gotta be messed up for that.
Ow. Okay, yeah. Noted. Not something to necessarily aspire for.
Well, people try, but yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, time to draw this stupid Pope hat again. I love this stupid hat.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it too. I'm gonna mute, but
Yeah.
I'll still keep on typing.
Yeah, sandwich time. I'm gonna live vicariously through you and your sandwich. Oh my gosh, Hot Rod, so savage. One more messed up than her. I like Dada.
I read that, Hot Rod.
I like Dada. Okay, let's rotate this and shrank it. I've really liked doing these comics. I'm also realizing that these are supposed to be sketchy lines. I'm doing a lot more than sketchy. We need to loosen up. We need to loosen up for the rest of this.
Why don't you consider upping your amount then, I guess, for the future? Okay, if this is what you're going to do consistently.
How much I'm charging? I could. I might tweak it a little bit. Hold on, let me check to see which one, or which this charged at. Yeah, this is just a little over 100. So it's not bad. It's just about making sure that I'm still like moving as fast as should be if I want to maintain the quote-unquote correct hourly rate that I aim to have, you know? Let's see, we're approaching 4 hours on this file. So if that were...
Like you need to up that. Maybe give your customer one more time, like, okay, and then after that, say you might have to do a slight increase.
Well, they're okay with me drawing sketchy. It's just that I get enraptured by it, and it's not a customer problem. It is a me problem, to be clear. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So 4 hours, 20 USD. That would put us at 80, and then 5 hours we would be where we would need to be finishing. So theoretically, I should be done with this comic at 4:30 my time today. We'll see where we're at. Otherwise, you know, it means they're getting freebie time for me, and, you know.
I guess, I mean, I'm not a pro commissioner. I just figure, like, if you already know your quirks, you should add that into the cost.
I think one of the things has to do with my own relationship with my ego is that I don't want to charge people a lot for my work. Whereas there are other people on the other end of the spectrum which perhaps value themselves above their actual value of time to effort. Because I probably do it a little below, maybe? It's hard to say from an internal perspective, you know?
Well, from an external perspective, I'm saying you need to value yourself more.
Yeah. But what if I was cheap and everyone loved my stuff and I was easy to access? Oh, hi, Fox.
Easy don't mean good. Easy don't mean good.
Yeah. Oh.
Fox Up has just refreshed their subscription to Stinky Otters R Us.
Thank you for the sub, bro. I hope you've been well, by the way. You should tell me what's poppin', what's new. There's all the money. No! Don't throw it. Tumble away in the breeze, and then what? My thought got interrupted. What else was I saying?
You were talking about your low self-worth, and you think Easy means good.
Excellent recap. Fantastic. No, there was a line of thought. It was specific. Oh, now I remember. The other thing is that I'm not ever at a loss for time to be doing commissions. What
Tapping through 1,000 bits.
Aww.
Well, I just feel like, even if you have a lot of time, doesn't mean you should give a lot of your time to other people. Maybe you want time for yourself.
Cupid's bearing us. Thank you. I literally want to throw money at me. Okay, the thought was, I'm not at a loss for time. It's that I'm at a loss for, like, effort value due to mental health and amount of commissions, because I'll have dry periods. Like, actually, VGen, getting onto VGen, I think has already significantly helped boost people's ability to find me for commissions. But, like, in general, I probably don't get more than 6 commissioned artwork requests a month, maybe? You know, and then you compare to someone like Greek Celtics, who, you know, has so many people who want a slice of that, and it's like, wow, you have a customer base.
I don't think that, Greek is amazing and everything, but I kind of feel like maybe that's also because of her pricing, too.
Are you saying that higher priced commissions get more customers?
Yes. You'll lose some customers, but you'll gain more
Hot Mexican
quality
has just
customers. Not
refreshed
that
their subscription to Stinky Otters
you guys
RS.
aren't quality. You're great. You're amazing. I'm just saying that, I'm sure there are some particular customers or problematic customers that you could probably do away with if you raised your price.
So, Hot Rod, thank you. Thank you for subbing, poking my fingers together. People are being nice. People are being nice today.
People they love you. Okay? Let them love you by charging them more.
Your logic astounds me.
I mean, if they say they can't do it, and then you just decide whether you want to bring the price down, or you say, okay, I'm sorry, maybe I'll do a sale, special, excuse me, and you can come back on for that.
That is true. I could be utilizing sales more for, like, especially when I'm in a really good state
Hot Mexican
and, like, ready to work, I could be dropping sales. So thank you. Thank you. Not an automatic customer. Is there a typo in there, Hot Rod? There could be a typo in there, but I'm not sure. Also, for the record, I haven't experienced, like, a bad commissioner customer in quite some time.
That's great, because you have great people around you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Including Hot Rod.
You meant problematic? Yeah, no. You are pleasant to work with.
That wasn't towards you, Hot Rod. I'm just saying that most artists always have a story of that one customer. Literally ran into that customer today when I was at the bike shop.
Oh.
It's like, it's squeaking, I had to roll my eyes. I'm like, guy, just get on your bike and ride it. Your bike is not gonna fall apart because your pedal's squeaking a little. Just lube it up.
So you were seeing, like, another customer at the bike shop being a little
yes,
being a little prissy.
yes.
Although I do kind of get being picky about, like, how your bike's put together, because I have had bike parts fall apart on me before. I really like biking, but the amount of, like, bike accidents that I've had makes me nervous, especially since I learned to ride a bike super late.
Well, with that particular shop, one, Mountain bikes. He has a mountain bike. They're gonna get banged up.
True.
They're gonna make noise.
True.
The shop people, they take very good care of those bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Hot Rod, on the mention of commissions, send me those details whenever, bro. I have been wide open. I mean, there is some other stuff pending, but you have a time limit on one of your commissions, I believe, for being within the month. So definitely get at me about that. And also, feel free to go through my VGen account as well. Those have, like, specific forums that you can fill out that will, like, give you an idea of what I'm probably going to charge. Make sure I get the lines on the top right. Gosh, last stream, someone mentioned that these character designs feel kind of like okay KO, Let's Be Heroes, but I'm also, like, from a personal standpoint, some of these designs are also giving, like, Rayman. Like, if you look at Rayman Origins, I feel it in there, too.
I feel like it's closer to the second one.
Ooh, okay, hot take.
Well, was it the show Gravity Falls? What's the old man with the little hat thing on his head with the tassel and the two kids?
Are we talking about Grunkle Stan?
Is it? Because when I see those characters, I think about the pyramid guy, the weird alive pyramid thing.
Okay. Yeah, Grunkle Stan's the one with the fez.
Okay.
Yeah, but, like, there's, like, a couple of old men with hats, you know? So I'm like, maybe? But yeah, no, I could see a little bit of Bill Cipher in the, like, basic shaped character. Commissions is gonna be Dada on top of a white steed while they hold on to defending us from crazy robot otters that are trying to kill us.
Wow.
You're pulling my leg, yeah? You're pulling my leg, yeah?
Can you imagine? Oh, I would have to give you my character. Oh. No, Hama, you should use that money for something more precious. Like me lounging on the couch, being drawn like a French girl.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, if we were on the Titanic and we were floating on a door, who would have to let go of the door?
I would let go.
Not allowed.
Even if I was on the door, I would just roll off so you can have a chance to get on.
I'm super gluing you to the door. No.
But that door is big enough for both of them, okay?
Yeah. I do wonder if the logic there is more so, like, weight?
Oh yeah, with them both on, but it was salt water. I mean, salt water has a tendency to what?
Be more buoyant?
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing is that the door would probably eventually start absorbing water and maybe it would start to sink, but also I don't feel like these are the characters to be thinking about that. I don't feel like they'd be thinking that deep about it.
Maybe he meant emotionally, you know? He didn't want to weigh her down.
It was all a metaphor.
Yeah.
She'll have Cheetos and a burger. Burger wraps all around.
Wow. I can get behind that. But they can't be regular Cheetos. They have to be hot Cheetos. Like the Chester fries.
Yeah, Chester's hot fries.
Yeah.
You're exacerbating my desire for the spicy chip.
But you said you wanted a Philly cheese sandwich.
I want both.
Do they even make small sizes for those? No, they don't.
Small size what? Phillies?
No, for the Chester fries, the cheese fries.
I've seen little Chester's bags before.
Okay.
I mean, it's been
we get it. Yeah. Do they make small cheese steaks subs?
Maybe. I mean, I feel like if anything, if a place was to serve small Phillies, it would be like a full Philly, but then they would just serve you half of it, you know?
A waste of money.
Well,
They
I
would give
thought
you
you're
that
throwing
whole
out
thing.
the other half.
Yeah.
But like,
Just give you all of it.
the loaf is one specific size, and then they would cut it and then make it. Maybe that's where my brain's at.
Okay, all right.
It doesn't mean I'm right, but you know.
Well, look, you're right 70% of the time.
That's only a C plus. Wait, that might be a C minus actually.
Is that how it works in school? What score is
should be
a 70?
That should be a C minus.
That's a D.
Oh, unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Wow. I mean, I do remember back in the day when it was a C.
I'll never live this down.
Oh. That's right. Mr. Valedictorian, I'm so sorry.
It's so strange how well I did in school and then how not well I do in the structure of society. If the rest of life was also school, I'd be doing great. A lot of other people would be doing not great, but I'd be doing great. I'm gonna sneeze again. Good grief.
Aren't you all?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm helping you.
But I think you just made it go away.
Yeah. So, if someone had an avatar banner or AI avatar, I mean AIEIO, if they had that kind of avatar or banner, would you block them?
Oh, I blocked someone today. Like, this morning I did. Although it's not necessarily was someone who was just like, oh, here's like an image I generated of Maple Pines from Gravity Falls. This was like a tech company that was clearly like mass following people to try and spread their reach. And I'm just like, no thank you.
Yeah,
Bye.
they don't want to. I kind of don't want to, because what if they're just like a artist just starting out and they just got they probably just draw their own avatar then.
Yeah.
And I use AI. AIO.
Yeah. In my mind,
right.
It's more pertinent to shun companies than anyone else. And, like, this is a case where I'm like, okay, you're a business doing this. Individuals doing it tend to have less of a chance of being educated on why it's not good that they're using those services.
Well, they don't have any posts either, so that's another reason why I...
Blurf.
Yeah.
Bad vibes.
Yeah.
I need to not go on a tangent. I have tangents in mind, and I need to not go on them for my own health.
Aww. Yeah, it's okay.
I want a politics, but what if the Depression said, do it, and it was a trick?
I'll give you 2 minutes to talk about it, and then after that, I'm gonna start saying titties, boobs.
Pass.
Okay, let me get my little timer out.
No, I'm just not gonna. We're just gonna have a chill day.
Okay.
I already talked about the last topic a little.
Okay. My face is covered.
You want me to raise you up?
You wait? No, because then I wouldn't be able to see the comic.
You wouldn't cover a lot of it.
No.
Also, I'm streaming to Discord.
I gotta. I'm supporting you
Thank
by
you.
being on Twitch. Yeah, get those numbers.
Get that bag.
Yeah.
Gosh, so I mentioned that my documents were just mysteriously wet after being in my lockbox. Literally, it was after like a day of feeling soggy. I was like, okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do some financial stuff. We're gonna get prepped for taxes. And then I open my lockbox and it's wet, and I'm just like, what a kick in the nads. That's what I get for trying to be productive today. It's like, okay.
I mean, honestly, it's good to see it now when you could still salvage it than when it got moldy or whatever.
I mean, there might be a little bit of mold, but I'm still like pressing them flat. Mm-hmm. Then I'll be able to like actually flip through them and assess them better.
I want to speak good things into existence and say that there's nothing wrong with them. They're just wet. There's nothing wrong with being a little wet.
Well, they're dry now.
Yeah.
They spent all night laying out, and I'm gonna press them flat, and we're gonna see how dirty some of them are, because I think it's a combination of the staples rusting and also the fire-resistant material of the box apparently will, like, escape out in the condensation. Mm-hmm. So there's, like, 2, possibly 3 layers of things that could have added, like, a brown tint to some of the stuff that I'm seeing, and it's like, Are any of you mold? You have to tell me if you're mold, okay?
No mold for you. Okay.
What if I want a little mold as a treat?
No, you can't have that.
But I'm asking nicely.
Do you want to get health issues? You want to be going...
Might as well at this point.
No.
I see black mold, I'm gonna start munching.
Maybe you'll get superpowers. What kind of superpower would you get from mold?
Mold-based powers. I wanna be able to touch any material and fill it with a mycelium. So that way I can, like, communicate with the mycelium and make it move.
Let me see. Symptoms of mold poisoning?
That's not going to be a superpower, Donna. That's going to be delirium.
No, but you give it to other people.
Oh, okay. Apash says they're mold. You are my favorite mold. You are a lovely stain in the corner of the kitchen, and I'm never getting rid of you. No matter how many times I leave the gas stove on. Yeah, hi, Apash. Hope you're having a good day. Hope things are going well. And Hot Rod says I can have a tree. As a treat? A tree is a tree? Oh. What did you find, Donna?
Oh, you would just get a lot of congestion. Red eyes, coughing, sneezing, postnasal drip, congestion, wheezing. Yeah.
Lame.
Black mold isn't that, isn't as dangerous as, I thought it would be.
I mean, I'm sure anyone who's immunocompromised is gonna have a really bad time.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It's very, very inconvenient, especially if you have an allergy.
Gasp. I want to be an inconvenience. I should be mold.
Oh man, I remember back in the day. I think I'm allergic to mold. I would be driving.
Ooh, okay.
And then I would have to close my eyes, like, because it stunk so much. So I'm driving with my eyes closed, and I'm like trying to open them.
That's not good.
Oh man. Yeah, Yeah, I haven't had that problem in a long time. It would happen in Austin in this like particular area when I was driving home.
Oh, Hot Rod, I don't think the shirt's gonna be able to happen. I'm sorry. We can chat more about DMs later. I appreciate it, though.
I was like, how are you going to give Doodle a tree? Are you going to give Doodle a little seed so Doodle can grow it?
I actually have bonsai maple seeds that I have to, like, germinate and try and put in a pot at some point.
But doesn't it take them, like, your whole life to grow?
Well, not like... How do I put it? The older a bonsai is, the more work you can put into it and the more value it has, but that doesn't mean it starts out as 0 value and stays 0 value until it's, like 100. It's like, it's gonna grow. It's gonna be a project.
I mean, those are one of those trees where you have to put it in your will so it can stay alive.
I mean, that's... Okay, think about a normal tree.
Uh-huh.
The only reason why we don't do that is because A, people don't value the tree, and B, the tree's not small enough for you to reasonably give it to someone, but it's still the same, like, rate of growth as any other tree, right?
Uh-huh.
And, if I spend my whole life making this bonsai and no one really wants it, then, I still had fun shaping it.
Well, at least you can give it to, like, a museum or something.
I think worst case scenario is that it would end up on the Facebook Marketplace or something.
Don't do that. Because then it'll go to someone who doesn't really care about it.
Shrug. I'm doing it because it's going to be fun for me.
Oh. Oh.
Capiche? You got it!
Oh, I got it. I got it. No, it just makes me think of my second cousin. Like, she's just hit 80, but she has, like, these rare trees that she's been, like, taking care of, like, for, like, decades and stuff. And it's like, what's going to happen to them when she passes on? Hopefully her son will, find them a good home.
Pushes for sale, one tree barely used. Hey, if no one in your family, I assume these are also bonsais. If no one in your family claims those bonsais, you can mail them to me.
Well, and she doesn't just have bonsais. Yeah, it's like all sorts of trees and plants.
I want to be a plant hoarder.
It's really cute because she has like a whole area just dedicated, like near the window, big window, and they're just sitting there.
That's what I want.
Yeah, well, just to become 80, and then you'll have it. You'll have all the free time to do that.
Goodness. When I was little, I really loved this book called The Salamander Room. The entire narrative of the book was about a boy and his mother in the forest when he finds a salamander, and he picks it up, thinks it's awesome, and goes, "Can I take it home?" And she's like, "Well, where are you going to keep it?" And he's like, "Oh, I'll put it in my dresser drawer." And she's like, "But he's going to need water and leaves." And he's like, "Okay, I'll bring some leaves and we'll keep a little puddle in the dresser." And so it's this series of back and forth where she brings up more and more of this wild animal's needs. Accurately, too. It's, okay, well, what about the need to see other salamanders? What about, seeing the stars at night, etc., etc.? And he continues to tack on different ways that he could alter his room to be like the perfect environment for the salamander. And as they're talking, we see illustrations of his bedroom layout being changed, and slowly the floor is soft dirt, the walls are covered in vines, the ceiling is blown away to reveal the night sky, until eventually there's no more room.
Mhm.
It's just a drawing of this gorgeous, beautiful forest where they found the salamander. And the mother says that. She's like, doesn't he have all this stuff right here? And he's like, you're right. I guess, yeah, we're supposed to leave it here. Beautiful, beautiful moral about, the value of leaving an animal in its natural habitat and how you can't perfectly provide for anything. Gorgeous illustrations as well, and just the imagery of the room slowly being pulled apart until it's nothing but this verdant green outdoors. I love that. I want to bring more plants into my indoors, probably because of how much I love that book. Yeah. Just absolutely beautiful stuff.
I just want a Venus flytrap. That's something I've always wanted. I don't know if I'd be able to take care of it properly.
Water, sun. Sometimes if you catch a spider or a fly, you stick it in the trap.
Yeah, I want to see it squeeze the flies shut.
Yeah. A lot of plant ownership is diagnostic as well as being able to keep a schedule. So if you can make yourself do those things, and you can do any plant. It is a real option.
But then it's like the very next thing I had to like schedule someone to take care of if I go out or whatever.
Make your brother do it.
Yeah, but I think at the end of the year we're not gonna be living together, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to walk around without a bra.
Power to you.
Yeah.
Dada.
That's
Dada.
That's true. I've honestly, I've lived with people. Yeah, most of my life. I had a small blip where I didn't, and then I've been living with other people since.
I don't want to live completely alone.
Yeah. I mean, because how else am I going to get laid,
With really cool roommates who know what a sock on the door handle means. Robert says, I want to cuddle a cute otter streamer once in a while. Bro really wants that plushie.
There you look. You got make it happen.
I might consider starting with stickers or something, like a print on demand service like Redbubble.
So there's this lady, a spiritual lady, named Tabitha Brown, and she tells a story, of her coming up before she's recognized as Tabitha Brown, and a few of her customers wanted her to put her saying on her shirt. And yeah, she did it. But the thing is, she was like, I'll just do 300, right? But then she had thousands of people wanting that shirt, and she didn't equate that. So it could be like that for your plushies. You don't know the value until you try it.
Okay. You have to have some money to sell products like that, though, to begin with.
Oh, yeah. Well, she didn't have any.
Oh.
She used whatever money she had.
She just literally took a random dive and just so happened to break even.
Man, I don't know. I gotta make you watch her. I don't know. Maybe I just relate to her more because we come from similar backgrounds. But, yeah, it's just, she's You
Good
know how when
vibes.
someone is so genuine, you can just feel it through. Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Through the TV or whatever, and it's like, yeah, if you watch some of her earlier stuff or listen to her earlier stories of her life, it's like a huge contrast to her now. Like now she's like a celebrity, but then she was just this random woman who was just struggling and had a dream.
Just humbling it.
Yeah.
Posh says we'll sell soul for a Doodle Connor blush.
And you don't have to sell yourself. Yeah, she does not sell herself. She only works with people that genuinely align with her. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might give up half of my soul for a doodle plushie.
If I had the space just in my dwellings, I just make plushies myself. 'Cause I can do that. I have made and sewn plushies before. But yeah.
Okay, can you rent the space?
I don't
Like like a small storage?
That would the
Okay,
the
I'm
idea
not trying to influence you or whatever, but you're. I don't want to say you're coming up with roadblocks, and there are solutions.
Yeah. No, definitely. I do this myself all the time. But you know how like Home Depot will rent to you like heavy duty equipment and even lightweight equipment for doing your house stuff. Why don't we have something like a rentable space where you can go in and use the sewing machines there?
I'm sure there are. If you can rent office space, I'm sure you can rent stuff like that. Here. Let's find the answer. Renting sewing space? Studio?
There's a difference between the space and the equipment, though, you know?
Yes. Let's see. Okay, so with this, I just picked a random one. So there is a rental space. It says rent studio space, cutting table, ironing tables, Berninias, cutting tools, all available for your use.
Wild. Okay, those exist. Huh.
Yeah.
Wacky.
And there's staff members at the studio to help with thread machines and all that stuff.
This leg is alongside.
They exist. Whether they're in your area or not, that's probably something you have to find out.
That's true. Surprise, surprise, it exists. Neat.
If there's an idea and you can make money for it, there's gonna be a business for it. But again, I'm not trying to push you or pressure you or anything like that.
You're so cautious. It's delightful.
Yeah, I just want you to succeed, and I don't want you to think that you can't do it.
Listen, man, the anxiety disorder tells me I can't do anything, but then I just roll out of bed and things still happen regardless.
Yeah. Oh, Hot Rod mentioned that too.
Some places don't always be working 24/7, so so it's like these are active businesses who use these equipment, but then when they're on their off hours, they're like, yeah, let's have some randos pay us to use our machinery.
Yeah, I think it's smart. You don't have to buy it, and you can still make stuff that you want.
Yeah. Huh. Neat. Neat. I've learned something neat today.
Sorry, I'm just looking through my blue sky and I'm like, man, I need to find a whole picture. Sometimes you just want to scroll, but you can't do it because of all. Then I say who works up there.
That's a distinctly not a me problem. I was gonna say a you problem, but no, there are definitely other people that experience that. That I'm the outlier here is what I need to accept.
But you need it for the references, okay?
Not me, but go off. I value you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm trying to decide if I want to sleep tonight or not.
What does that mean?
What? Yes?
Should I ask you to elaborate?
Oh, because I don't sleep very well the night before I have to travel.
Okay.
So I'm trying to decide if that's something if I just want to try to sleep, or if I just want to stay up and just sleep on the plane.
I'm gonna incite the Mythbusters episode. Even just laying down for a good amount of the time when you're supposed to be asleep does still help your performance in general.
See, yeah, it's not that I'm afraid of not being able to sleep. It's that I'm afraid of sleeping too well.
Oh,
and not waking up early enough.
Do you have trouble responding to alarms?
I just get paranoid.
Oh, okay. That's fair, you know.
I have several alarms.
Each of them louder than the last.
If only. I have them like at 5-10 minute increments.
Huh.
So I can wake up at the time I want to wake up. Oh, how playing video games? Honestly, I'd be drawing. I want to finish a comic page before I leave. That's why I'm considering whether I want to stay up or not.
That's fair.
I do want to play video games, though. Man, I need to win the lottery.
Is it weird that I look at the concept of a lottery and I'm like, yeah, that's going to change nothing?
In what way? I feel like money does a lot to help people. I think a lot of people's problems could be solved with money.
Lottery money doesn't create more money later. Like,
yeah, that's your responsibility, I think. That's when you have to get the qualified people to teach you the financial ways of keeping it.
True, if you, like, put it all into, like, financial investment.
Well, depending on how much money you have, you don't necessarily need to invest it. You just need to put it in a you don't have to actively invest it. You can just put it in a sort of savings with a decent percentage and just let it grow on its own.
It's a nice way
if
of
you're not
thinking
being
of it.
dumb with it. Yeah. Because if you're not being dumb, there's no way you can go through all that money in a reasonable amount of time. But yeah, and then just get some therapy so you don't spend it all. Yeah. So I think you're right, and also if people are smart about it, then it doesn't have to be that way.
I'm right on a technicality alone. Acceptable.
Yeah. All I know is I got everything planned out if I won the lottery. I mean, Hot Cheetos is reliable. I wouldn't be wrong in investing in it. Hey, Juan.
Hello, Connor.
Oh, hi.
Hey, Bird.
Hey, Bird. You sound like you're in transit.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No.
I am.
Go on.
I just need somebody to talk to so I don't fall asleep on the freeway.
Yeah, are you driving home?
We would prefer that you do not. Prefer that you do not fall asleep, that is.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, you're like, okay, let's keep ourselves engaged.
Yeah. No, that wasn't, your audio's crappy, get out of here. That's just, oh, I noticed a thing.
It's funny how obvious things are, like when you're not at your PC versus on your phone.
Well, I assume the strategy is to drive with, like, Bluetooth speaker. Like, that's
Yes.
probably the smart way to do anything.
Yeah, I always have a Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Very efficient, very safe.
Safe as we can make it, always preferred. Okay, I want to change these pillars in the background. Otherwise,
So what is the current topic of conversation?
Dada is helping stamp out all the horrid little doomer thoughts that keep cropping up in my brain, because I'm sicky icky.
Yeah, 2025 is going to be our year, okay? Don't let your dreams be your dreams for another year.
I'm being clockworked orange some positivity, which is probably what I need.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to explain to me what Clockwork Orange means.
Oh, that's like the movie scene that people talk about all the time, where they like strap someone to a chair and like force them to watch propaganda.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that is the Clockwork Orange thing.
You see, I never watched Clockwork Orange.
Me neither. You just can't escape it culturally sometimes. At this point,
Really?
I'll reference anything.
Watch me.
True.
I am quite good at evading culture, as you've seen.
Man, I mean, it keeps the flavor of your stuff unique. I think people don't consider that a lot, that consuming mainstream media does kind of homogenize your stuff in some degree, especially if you're not good at, like, remixing things. If all you do is ingest and regurgitate. Ooh, okay, I think that's much cooler of a pillar to make it, like, covered with, like, this shale, like, obsidian bits. And I think I can get away with...
Oh, yeah, also...
Go ahead.
Do you remember that, I know I said that I was gonna quit streaming, but I recently got an inspiration after I learned about the Super Console X5.
Ooh. Okay.
So, I learned about... So the Super Console X5 is an emulator console that goes up all the way to Nintendo Wii and PlayStation 2.
Okay.
And I was thinking that I've been thinking of doing these huge gaming library streams where I just pick a random game and play it, and then like if somebody in chat requests a game, I'll try it out.
That sounds fun. There's like a ton of people who are interested in like retro stuff too. I think that could draw some people in who you'd really vibe with. Yeah.
And I'm also like really struggling with like what would I even name this kind of stream?
Okay, what's the console name again? Or the emulator, or whatever you call it.
It's a Chinese bootleg thing that's like that just has every emulator imaginable just stuffed into it. But it's more so like along the lines of like retrocade or like action retro, something like that. For like what I would name this stream segment, even though it's not really a segment.
Like something arcade based would be cool. I'd consider playing games with you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I'd be able to get it to work. Unless I drive all the way to Michigan with the console itself.
Oh, okay, so it's a physical piece of tech.
Yes. Because I could very easily just order it for my birthday on February. I can get my hands on it.
Alright, yeah, guys, don't take my advice. I guess I should always preface and say, not financial advice. Just financial experience and observation.
Financial dreamings.
Yeah, yeah, financial dreaming, yes.
Okay, I think we're ready for me to do the dialogue blurbs, and then we can move on to color. And I won't be terribly far behind in terms of the actual timing of my goals. That's good. Okay, put the background way down.
Oh, yeah, also, regarding the faculty situation, it got better.
Oh,
Good.
They did not have to replace the carpet because like the carpet kind of flattened itself again
nice.
after it dried out.
So to recap for stream, Wong, completely out of pocket, designed a new fish tank for their college, and there was one itty-bitty little mistake, which involves opening a very powerful water filter while it was still turned on, meaning that the lobby got slightly flooded, and they were like, get out of here. We're done with you.
Oh yeah, I even got a termination letter.
Yeah, no.
Or like the faculty member's like, hey, did you read the email? You're fired from the fish tank.
How do you treat getting free stuff as a firing though?
Well, they specifically said that I'm not allowed to work on a fish tank without supervision.
Oh, well, that's not a straight firing. That's just
You just got demoted.
yeah.
I just lost my independent agency to it.
Mm-hmm. That could be way
So-
worse.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
But
start.
now, if I want to harvest some trimmings out of it, I'd have to like call up somebody to supervise.
Yeah. Are you technically a freshman right now?
I have no idea what I am anymore. All I know is that I exist.
If they were like trusting a freshman to deal with equipment that heavy, I think it's kind of on them.
Well, I think I'm technically like a senior because I'm already graduated. I don't know what I am.
You're a forever student. You're forever learning.
All right, I put the grid on to write this text, and I think this is going to actually also just help my handwriting in general.
Oh. You know, I never think about that, using the grid.
I could also just make a font out of my handwriting, but, you know, it's kind of nice to have the wimbliness of each time is unique.
Yes. I tried doing that earlier on. It just doesn't come out right for me. It doesn't hit the same.
The vibe is different.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm driving.
But also, I don't want to be writing in all caps the whole time either. So.
Oh, well, you gotta put in more font data then. That's on you.
Hey, no, because with I guess the quote unquote proper way of doing text is to use all caps. I know a lot of comics do that. Or indie comics, I guess it's very different though.
I am not familiar with that. Is that like something that happens more in print comics?
I think so. Text. I guess if you look at all the comic examples, mainstream and yeah, they're all uppercase and stuff.
I've never actually clocked that.
Yeah.
I don't like that because to me, using caps and using italics and bold is an important part of designing tone in text. And obviously that's a more modern thing. That's like the younger, like us, and from then on newer generations started doing that, probably because of like social media and texting. So I definitely get why they weren't doing it back then.
Connor, we're under attack.
Oh, hold on.
False alarm. It's just error_rabbit and their community.
Error Rabbit Raid, hi. Hey, good to see you guys. Let's do a shout out. Error Rabbit. Hey, what were y'all doing? How are things? Thank you so much for bringing your people over.
Who's raiding?
Error Rabbit. They are a fantastic gothy scene bunny streamer. Absolute delight. Right now, we are working on a commission for a sketchy comic page. I'll turn off these filters so that y'all can see a little bit better. And you are playing Visions of Mana. I'm not familiar with the game. What genre is it?
Sounds like an RPG.
Could be. Whole reason comic books used is because that lowercase letters does not properly show up in the printing of the comic book.
Yeah, so I know it's for the readability.
Oh.
But with typefaces and fonts these days.
Yeah.
Here, I'll show you some examples.
So, I also wonder if that comes down to physical printing presses when you would have to have like a literal stamp for each letter as well. So anytime that you had a variation of that, you would literally be making a different mold to stamp those letters and therefore increasing the cost of the machinery for the press itself. That would track if we're starting from really vintage comics. And also, Air Rabbit says that yes, it is an action RPG and a distant sequel to Secret of Mana. Neat. I should pick up some more RPGs to play on stream. Actually,
the only thing I remember about the Mana series is the Trials of Mana.
Trials of Mana.
Yeah, because I think there's one character named Charlotte that speaks in Uwu.
Oh, ahead of their time, truly. I actually recently finally downloaded RPG Maker onto my computer because I bought it super cheap on a sale some time ago, and I'm trying to get the gumption up to open it and try and learn it. Do something silly. We'll do something silly at some point.
You need to take a break?
Another half hour before I would typically break. But also, I'm just sleepy because of life, the universe, and everything. So, does the whole Mana community refer to Charlotte as Uwu Charlotte? I need to know this. It's adorable. I also hate it from a visceral level.
I always thought that was a face.
Yeah. The UWU?
Yeah.
Most definitely. But also, just, people pronounce it as a word. Not that you know of, but they should. Okay. Ooh, is a face, but also a way of life. Based. Absolutely based.
It's cute when other people say it.
Ooh. Ooh, oh, well.
Oh. uh,
Are you not entertained?
it's Guardian Tales.
Yeah, if you want a game recommender for this game, try Guardian Tales. Oh, noted.
So,
I miss JRPGs.
speaking of game recommendations, I don't know if you've ever seen Alternate Watch. I feel like probably like the best horror game recommendation for you.
Yeah, you mentioned it before. Considering, like, I don't want to say requirements, but my preferences for horror.
Because I know you say you don't like excessive gore, so
Yeah, I can be a little sensitive.
so like this one has like very minimal gore and like has no loud jump scares, so I feel like it's a really good horror game to just ease into because of atmosphere and like the whole spotting the anomalies gameplay.
Yeah, it's more like some of it is suspense based, but also just like creep factor. I'm pretty sure I've watched Markiplier play it a few times, and I'm like, yeah, that looks fun.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Alternate Watch.
Yeah.
It was very beneficial for my ADD because I'm just like focusing on like every minute detail on every room. It's like, oh, the lamp moved.
Get you to lock in. Reporter's ass. So Kippen says, whenever people say, oh, whoa, my ears pick up, like, ooh.
Oh.
If there's one thing about myself that I'm proud of, it's my, like, natural range and its flexibility.
Oh.
Like your vocal range?
Yeah.
Or what kind of range?
Well, I've had comments during my life of people going like, why do you speak so low? Like, your voice is kind of deep. And I'm just like, that's just my voice. I would be faking if I was doing something else. But then also, we can go really high.
Wow.
We can go really high.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
What? Why are you yelling at me?
That's it. That's it, Connor. That's your VTuber voice to make yourself more marketable in Twitch.
But that'd be lying.
Just talk like that for 7. You'll get more viewers.
No.
I mean, you would, but I think your voice is great as is.
I agree.
That makes me think of a Gura. Gura has that cutesy voice.
I don't want to be a liar.
She's a shark
Yeah.
VTuber.
I've seen Gura. I like her design.
I like her a lot.
Gura.
Oh.
Hot Rod, where
I
are
know
we calling?
Gura had a collaboration with a Japanese aquarium where they had a song of her that was played in sync to the sardine school exhibit.
Oh.
Because makes a show of their sardines where I don't know how they do it, but they corral the sardines to move a certain way in sync to the music that they play for their show. And I guess they had a special event where they had a caress onto the sardine.
You're roboting a bit, but I think I got it all. Also, Hot Rod, why are we calling Dada evil?
Yeah, well, I want to know what evil do I need to tell.
You gotta say nice things to Dada, or I'm gonna talk in the baby voice for the rest of the stream. That might be counterproductive, actually. It might be counterproductive.
I mean, we could also do that if we just constantly donate for Poyos and just keep you in a video lock.
Oh, goodness. I could add a redeem.
It's like
Oh, like Poyo for 2 minutes or something?
or like anything that removing cooldown for everything.
Oh gosh, that would be insane. No, I'm talking more like a redeem for like talking the higher pitch for like 5 minutes.
Oh.
What would you call it? VTuber voice?
Oh gosh. Shilling voice.
Customer service voice.
No, my customer service voice is different.
What's your customer service voice?
My customer service voice and my job interview voice is really like the same, but I feel like that one's harder to get into without actually being in the setting of it.
Hello, I am a customer and I am trying to get help. Why won't my computer turn on?
Dada.
Yeah.
Still issue.
I'm sorry, Dada, but that does not immerse.
I see.
Bad Dada, let Connor do ooh voice. I predicted it. I predicted it.
From the way I was reacting it, it's just, it's not that I don't like it. It's just kind of like, it's like the power is just too strong. You know what I mean?
No, I think what Hot Rod is doing is how I said me threatening to do the baby voice to get better behavior means that I would get worse behavior because people like it.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, that's what I think is happening.
Hot Rod. I have a big hole in my sweatpants, and now I'm just sticking my hand in the hole. I really need to get rid of these pants. I walked outdoors with these pants. I just put a safety pin on the hole.
Why was that directed at Hot Rod specifically?
I don't know.
Huh?
Oh.
Oh,
It was just I just saw his name, that's all.
I also forgot that my range kind of goes deeper than my default talking voice too.
Oh.
I don't know if I've done that voice for you, Dada. But if I don't get nervous doing it, oh honey, I'm home.
Oh, wow. Okay.
In a world, one otter. No, I can go lower than that. In a world, one otter has the range to go between uwu VTuber and movie broadcaster. Only on Blu-ray DVD.
Alright. We're doing voices? Okay.
Are you gonna do your fresh voice?
This is my low voice.
You sounded like your slow motion.
This is my low voice.
Your slow-mo voice. So Hot Rod says, "Way to think about me, Dada."
Yeah.
I mean, I could also try doing voices, but I'm kind of in a different weight class, vocal weight class.
Yeah.
Oh, because you're professional?
I just do not apply here.
Well, talking about how people who are assigned male at birth just generally also by default have like bigger range,
Which is no fair whatsoever.
Shrug. Say Livy.
No world. I am Optimus Prime. And I am also Megatron.
Real.
Oh.
I feel like I could lower everything going on in panel 2 and that'll feel better for the text spacing. We should do that. We should scoot everything down. Okay, there's the borders. We should only have to do it for here.
I don't know. If there's something that I do like about my voice is my ability to go very gravely with my voice.
No, I think
In that way, I can sound like Captain Knuckles.
all right, I forgot about that one. I was about to say I think some of it's actually getting filtered out by Discord on your end,
Yeah.
but also we're dealing with car audio.
Wasn't panel 1 and 2 supposed to be on the same plane? I guess the chairs or whatever.
They don't have to be.
Okay.
So I just scooted this down so that the characters have more headspace compared to the text. And I think I can actually raise this back up a little bit too. We don't need that much buffer.
I mean, maybe once I make it home, I can like switch to an actual microphone. Then we can start talking. Except I'm not gonna be in a screaming environment.
Car is the ultimate environment for screams.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I worked on a animated short project during college, but with a company. And I was working on some of the rough audio design, and also submitted some of my own audio for the character, which involved them being in a lot of terror. And so the ability to go to my college's studio space and use their whisper box, which is a fully carpeted box inside a double noise-proofed room, and just absolutely shriek.
Oh.
That was irreplaceable experience.
My college has that too, but I never got to shriek into the box. But that's what the car's for.
Never got to shriek into the box. I love that sentence. New favorite sentence.
The shriek box.
Shriek into the box. Hot Rod says, your best friends are caught on stream in the clutches of the evil Hot Rod. This summer is outer space. I didn't commit to that too hard. I didn't realize we were going movie voice at first.
This summer, it's outer space.
Your best friends are caught.
Or you could also do the comedy voice.
It almost. I feel like that's also overlapping with rom-com stuff, maybe. Not 100 on that.
I mean, I'm thinking of something, but I'm not good at improv right now. Too many people are watching.
Noivus. Okay, should I be lazy with the boxing? I could be lazy with the boxes. How did I do the other boxes? We're gonna look at the other comics.
Okay.
Did I do them by hand, or did we do them with vectors?
Actually, something that I do miss from the 2000s is the trailer voice. We don't get trailer voice anymore.
Forgotten of the bygone era of Blu-rays.
We still have Blu-rays, don't we?
I mean, yes, but not nearly as much. There's actually this whole thing where companies want to print less physical media because it means that your only option to watch things is through a service where you're basically renting access to it. They don't want you to permanently own things anymore.
I love piracy.
Yeah. Piracy is preservation. Where is my shape tool? You. You're the shape tool. Found you.
In the words of Gabe Newell, piracy is not a price problem, it's a service problem.
Whoa, that's a good one. I was not familiar with that one. Okay, yes.
Yeah, Gabe is full of wisdom, such as gamers don't look up.
Real.
Speaking of Gabe Newell, have you heard about you know how it's always been a meme about like Gabe Newell being called Gaben?
Yes.
Because of how he calls it, that's his email. In the Half-Life 20th anniversary developer commentary, Gabe Newell has started to pronounce it as Gabe N.
He's giving in. It's working.
I mean, it's been like 20 years, so he's obviously like aware of it. But like, it's funny, like he's addressing it by like very specifically saying Gabe N.
We're breaking this man down slowly.
But he will always be our Lord Gaben to us, Steam users.
Okay, take this up to 20. Yeah, okay. And I don't like this. I don't like this. This would be easier if I was doing it in vectors. Oh wait, I totally missed the error rabbit earlier. Said VTuber shilling voice. Ouch, got me right in the weak spot. Real. I'm dealing cognitive damage to you. I am committing a violence. Whoa, VTuber voice upon thee. Okay, there. It's a little better. Okay, I'm actually gonna want to lower this bit. Boop, boop, boop. Not quite. Okay. Back it up.
By the way, Connor, how's your commission queue at the moment?
I got some stuff on it. However, I assume that you're talking in reference to Helldiver pixel art, and I've actually been really hungry to do some pixel art.
Well, you're not gonna do much pixel art. You're also gonna erase capes and guns so that you can like turn everything into like green hurt box sprites. Because we're starting to move these.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I could probably contribute to that. Having a mindless task would be good for me. So, get in my DMs with that.
Alright.
Oops, that was the eraser tool.
Yeah, because I still need to sprite the parry animation, rolls, tech roll, and wall jump. Before Helldivers is essentially sprite complete for beta testing.
Nice.
And then after we start adding all of our additional stratagem sprites and programming, that we'll move into the marketing phase for the animated trailer and the showcase. Then we'll have like the official release.
I want to be all over the trailer.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to have you involved in the trailer.
I
You're gonna
love
go.
I love treating pixel art like it's just a miniature film screen. I start the canvas at 192 by 108, and then I multiply by 10 at the end, and then it's just like, yeah, this is just a little movie. This is just a little movie. This is like a movie for ants.
The movie is small and catchable.
Okay, this is annoying me. I'm gonna do just a standard curve and see if... Yeah, no, way easier. The guy that used to do the movie voice has passed away. There's lots of people who can do a good copy of that, though.
Yeah, like there's the honest trailer guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there was that one guy who was living on the streets but got really famous because...
Oh, it's the man with the golden voice?
Uh-huh. Yeah, wonder what he's doing right now. Wonder if things are better at this time.
Well, I hope things are good for him.
Yeah, he seems like a very neat dude. Apparently, I squished part of this character's line art when we moved them. We're gonna have to fix that.
I'm gonna hop off for a bit because I'm about to leave the vehicle.
Yeah. Get you around sometime. Okay, let's figure out what I need to do to fix you. Okay, wait. Scoot. Boop. That should be repaired. Okay, scoot this lower. Okay, border boxes. We can probably put a lock on that. Fix Dada first. Dada, I like Dada the way they are.
Why am I getting fixed?
I just have to defend you today, I guess.
Yeah. Alright, it's just all over me.
You live in Hot
I'll say
Rod's...
that's usually a bad thing, but you know.
You live in Hot Rod's head rent-free, apparently.
Vroom vroom. Yeah.
Don't
Hot
vroom,
Rod's the
vroom.
car. Yeah.
Driving them crazy like a vehicle.
I also imagine Hot Rod as a literal car with where you can put down a convertible and you just hop inside of them and just go around the corner.
Okay.
Let me know if that's wrong, Hot Rod.
Just a little anthropomorphic car.
Yes.
That's so delightful and so disturbing. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So Hot Rod said, I thought that's what she wanted. I mean, I'm just putting my own 2 cents in.
I want so many things, Hot Rod.
Okay. Okay.
What else? What else do I want? I want lasers to shoot out of my eyes. But they don't hurt anyone.
Oh.
They're for cats.
Aww. It got
Not that I
so
want a cat.
it
Yeah.
got so much more wholesome.
Right? You just blink your eyes and then the beams come or
My
something,
God.
and then the cat start playing with it.
Okay, in my experience, a lot of cat toy lasers are really garbage quality. Like, they die really fast. Like, the physical product breaks down really fast. So our favorite cat laser is actually a laser level for doing, like, home construction stuff, you know?
Wow.
So it has, like, a physical, like, bubble leveler in it. And it has, like, this giant case. And one of my favorite bits, when other people are over and I'm, like, showing them, like, the cats and stuff, because, you know, cats are entertaining, is I'll be like, oh yeah, you want to watch me play with the cats with the laser? And they're like, oh yeah, sure, that sounds adorable. And I'm like, 1 sec, let me get out the heavy duty thing, and then I pull out this big black case that's like the size of a rifle, and I like open the snaps on the side, and like, poof, poof, and they're just like, what is happening?
Oh.
It's just really good because it's like so overkill. It's one of my favorite bits. Okay, I should probably do the background art first. Red says that knowing you'd leave the laser on while sleeping.
Good thing I don't own any cats then.
Run down your own battery.
Oh, I mean, I guess I would just have to sleep in order to replenish it.
Okay, you know, I don't know what colors I should make the environment. I'm gonna message the commissioner real fast to see if they ever reply. Should the evil layer be? Default to dark purple and gold. Okay. Inquiry has been sent. We shall see.
Congratulations on potentially finishing it.
Oh, you know what? I can also take my stream break right on time, and that gives them a little bit of time to get back to me, too. I think that works out fantastically, actually. Okay. We'll do a save up in here. Yeah. We will take our 15-minute break.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Y'all know the drill. I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna stretch, have a snack, take care of myself. Please do the same for yourselves. Oh, hi, Wong. I'm going on break.
Oh, come on.
15 minutes.
Go take care of yourself. Go do something important. You just got home. Goodness. Okay. Yep. I don't know what else to say. I'm incredibly awkward today. I'll catch you back here after the break. Ta-ta. Baby otters. Ooh. Oh my. Okay, we back. See?
Welcome back.
Hi. Hi. I had some hummus, and I picked up my cat, and he let me hold him, which is rare.
Oh.
He's usually not a big snuggler.
Oh, Nav's here.
Yeah. As well as Noah.
Today is a good day then.
We got kitty snuggles. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Okay, time to color with a whole bunch of purple and gold. Oh gosh, I don't have hiccups, but my body is like throwing a little fit. I do not know how much stream will be subjected to weird noises.
I welcome the noises. I encourage the noises.
Goodness.
All the noises.
Horrible retching sounds pending then.
Oh yeah.
Oh my... Was that like... It's like a Donkey Kong noise.
Yeah.
I think of the Kool-Aid Man.
Donkey Kong 64.
Oh yeah.
I've been hearing like that a lot of people say like Donkey Kong 64 has been like the common standing of Donkey Kong 64 has changed from positive to negative. Simply because of how people are like pointing out a lot of the design flaws in like the collectathon aspect of the game.
So like maybe that they were carried by nostalgia alone for a long time, and now people are like, wait a minute, this wasn't this good. I think we were just children.
Wait a minute. I hate collectathons.
So Nav, why are you lying in my chat? Why are you telling lies? How dare you?
Yeah, okay, I guess Nav would hear you. I was like, Nav can't hear you right now. Nav's lying, please.
Nav is in a Schrodinger's a Schrodinger's state of hearing me. We cannot prove that Nav is or isn't hearing me at any time. Therefore, we must simply assume. So Hot Rod says they have a fat snuggly boy who likes belly rubs. Kitty.
A year for the day we get Graham meows again on stream.
Oh, I have bad news, boss. I
I know.
have finally installed some really nice, like, audio setting filters. Like noise gates and stuff. So stream has a lot less background noises. And also, he's just kind of grown out of it. He grew out of it some time ago. He's come to learn that I have a schedule.
Luckily, I still have that recording of that one that one stream where he just couldn't shut up.
My needy baby.
And I will forever cherish that stream.
Yeah.
As I have it in my computer.
Nav says, wait, did I have birds? Yes. However, for their welfare, I did decide to rehome them. So, you know, we loved them for quite some time, but it was not a perfect housing situation. And I found a place for them to go that I have a lot of confidence in. So, all in all, it was for the best. if I did birds again, I think the only birds that I'm super interested in is actually pigeons.
What about quails?
Birds that are game birds. I don't have anything against them. I view birds that are like livestock and game as more work than birds that are typically pets, which is probably incorrect. I would fully buy into that. I have some misperception on that. Conceptually, I like chickens a lot. I would love to hug a chicken again.
I want to hug a chicken, but I've never had the chance to.
There was once or twice when I was working at the animal shelter when chickens got brought in, usually due to animal control seizing chickens that were in areas where they definitely should not be. So it's really funny to be working at a primarily like dog cat shelter, and then suddenly you just have chickens or goats because someone was trying to like start a farm in the city, and it's like,
Me. Me if I had a backyard.
Respect the hustle, but you can't do that. You can't.
The homeowners association cannot stop me.
There's HOA, but then there's also like literal city regulations. Sad to let them go, but at least they have a better home now. Yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it, our regulations might be different because on my previous space that I used to live in, a neighbor just had chickens on their front yard.
Well, okay. I'm talking about a pretty large urban city. Like, you might live in an area that's a little more rural than it is, like, concrete jungle. And that's a big difference for the animals' welfare and for the safety of other people. So there is a sliding scale of how appropriate it is.
Okay, that is a good point.
Yeah. So I don't think I've talked in depth about rehoming the birds for... Actually, no, I haven't at all, just because it, obviously it was emotionally hard to do. But I had 2 birds that we rescued from a home that was ill-prepared for them while I was in high school. Was a male and a female who were very much bonded together. This was Piper and Panda. We had them for a very long time. However, Panda had a very sudden health complication, and he left us very quickly. It was very sudden, couldn't have predicted any of it. He just went, it wasn't, it wasn't the nicest, but it was definitely something completely just internal to him. And so, because Piper was so very bonded to Panda, she immediately stopped eating. She was going through so much heartbreak that she was declining very fast, and to solve that, we rushed out to get a second bird to see if that would stabilize her. And so we grabbed just any bird we can from, big box pet store. And that's how we got Piper. Piper is a sweet, probably female, we couldn't ever fully nail down bird. She and... No, PJ. I think I was saying Piper. We got PJ. We got PJ for Piper to try and stabilize Piper. And they never really got along. It 100% stopped Piper from declining. However, their dynamic was very unfriendly. Like, the pecking order was kind of intense. And, like, they felt more like a grumpy grandmother who was tolerating this very young bird, or like very passive-aggressive roommates. They were both alive and doing pretty good until I got a third bird. So a budgie was brought into the animal shelter that I was working at, and no one was coming to get this bird. This was like a fully abandoned budgie. And I look at this beautiful white budgie, and I'm like, I have room. Bird seed is cheap. Come on, you're coming with me. And so I have these 3 birds together, and everything is kind of nice for a while. It actually seems to stabilize the pecking order even further. Like, I was seeing a lot less bullying to PJ from Piper. And things were great for a while. Until the new bird, this beautiful white bird that I called Blanc, randomly started to have her own decline. She started to bite her own leg really severely. Like you're trying to remove your leg. That's not right. Just out of nowhere. And so we brought her in to this vet, and they handled her so incompetently that she actually passed on from fright. And obviously I was heartbroken. I felt like if I didn't bring her in, she might have still been with us. I fought with this company to not have to pay this huge vet bill for them to have literally scared my baby to death. And that's all I could do about it. Meanwhile, after Blanc left us, Piper and PJ didn't go back to the way that they were. They got worse than how they were. Like, Piper got very cruel towards PJ, to the point where I was repeatedly separating them into separate cages right next to each other. And it was so weird because PJ still wanted to be in the cage with Piper. Like, she would sit and hug the side of the cage towards the side where Piper was. Like, it was very clear that PJ was lonely, but every moment that PJ was in the cage with Piper, it felt like I was watching Piper bully the hell out of this young bird, and PJ started to pick all of her feathers off as well. Like, she was getting balder and balder, and I don't have clear proof of this, but I think Piper was also, like, denying PJ food as well. And there was just no solution to this. There was absolutely no solution unless I were to completely separate them and give them both another bird each to stabilize them. I don't have room for that. I don't have the resources for that. And there's this thing with budgies where if you're constantly buying a new bird so that you're not neglecting another bird that's going through an emotional decline, what happens there is you end up daisy chaining your way through a series of budgies that never ends. Like, the only way to not have 2 birds at once is for something very bad to happen or for you to rehome them. Just seeing their health nosedive like that and not having a clear solution. Well, there was a clear solution. The clear solution was getting them into the hands of people who also needed a secondary or tertiary bird to stabilize their own birds. And I found that. I found someone who does pet rehoming, and instantly they happened to have just gotten in a single budgie who wasn't doing too great, and they had a lot better resources than me. And so that's where they went. They went to somewhere where they can be separated and still have social, social prospects as birds. And no, these people, like, from a welfare standpoint, had amazing ratings. And the lady who I got to meet and make a bunch of donations to as well, like, I donated all of her supplies and stuff. She was fantastic. So it was a really, really tough ride towards the end of things with the budgies. And I love them. I do love birds. And I don't regret, making that choice so that they can have something better. I'm tearing up. Oh boy.
You make me so glad I didn't get into parrots. That sounds like a lot.
And we're talking parakeets? We're talking very, very small subspecies of parrots. Literal full-size parrots. They have, like, the welfare requirements of a toddler. If you cannot take care of a parakeet, taking care of a parrot would possibly destroy you.
Oh yeah, and they have a long lifespans as well.
Yes, like that bird's going in your will. Also, Nev says thanks for sharing. Yeah, thanks for listening.
No, if I ever get into birds, I probably want to try finches or quails first.
Yeah. From my understanding, finches are... I don't want to say significantly lower needs than budgies, but because they're a lot less socially complicated than budgies, there's a lot less that can go wrong with them. And also, they're generally smaller. So even just the space requirements sounds like it would be a pretty nice alternative. Now, that also means they're going to be less
And to clarify, I would not keep birds unless I have an aviary for them.
Yeah, no, you mentioned that, the idea of having, like, a nice open, like, zone for them. I think that's great. It is fantastically aspirational. Yeah, someday I might go back into working in some form of animal care. So I do think a lot about animal welfare.
Oh, Connor, if you're ever interested in getting into fish tanks, I will be more than happy to advise and help.
Oh, heck yeah, noted. I think if I had any sort of aquatic animal, I'd probably end up starting with some kind of, like, frog tank, actually. I feel like they're a lot more interactable, and interactivity with animals is definitely something that I look for in companions.
I'd say the most interactive frog, is probably like a toad, simply because toads are less sensitive to human skin oils.
Absolutely.
Because they have thicker skin.
Yeah. They're not gonna be.
And they're also like less demanding of space requirements, since they can kind of just sleep in a box of dirt and be content.
Yeah. I love those tanks where they're part terrestrial and part aquatic. Like, I don't know if that's acceptable for toads. I'm pretty sure that's more of a frog thing. Well, actually,
I mean,
maybe.
Yeah, a toad can do that, but, like, I think a frog would appreciate that space more than a toad.
Mm-hmm. Noted.
Because, like, a paludarium, I'm thinking, like, either, like, leopard frogs or maybe, like, green tree frogs.
Hmm.
I think green tree frogs are like a pretty good medium, since they're very hardy and they're native here.
Heck yeah.
And they're overall just really cute. I love American green tree frogs.
I love seeing videos of people who keep frogs trying to feed them, and they're just like the dopiest little dudes. Like, they just cannot comprehend what object in front of them is the food.
I've actually taken care of African dwarf frogs for a while.
Ooh.
Because my friend wanted to start a fish tank, and he also really liked the African dwarf frogs, which are like purely aquatic frogs.
Neat.
And it was doing well until I think what happened is that must have been something to do with like either the frog itself or the water parameters.
Ooh.
Caused it to where the frog couldn't stop absorbing water into its body.
Oh.
So it was kind of like wearing its own skin like an inflatable suit, because like it just started to bloat from so much water absorption.
Oh, that's a big shame.
And ultimately it just died, and I kind of just let the body in the fish tank because all the shrimp and other fish kind of ate it.
I mean, yeah, if you're not that emotionally, like, invested in burials,
Yeah.
you know, that's not a bad idea at all. So, next...
Besides, it's really fascinating to watch scavengers do their thing.
True. Nev says they're gonna lurk for now. Absolutely. Take care. It's good to see you. I hope you're having a good day, by the way. Okay, I want to get a shadow of the chair. Nice and ominous. So... do something like this.
Actually, I think the best way to start out with aquariums, or like with it, is to start out with like a supposed feeder animal. And something like scuds, I really like, because they're crustaceans that are very cheap and easy to breed and can be considered somewhat expendable. Where if the other fish eat it, it's not an expensive loss compared to like red cherry shrimp, which are like can go for like $5 each.
Yeah, it makes sense. Especially going for animals that aren't as like intelligent and sociable. There would be a lot less welfare questions if you do.
Actually, speaking of interactivity, there's a few fish that can be slightly interactive in terms of like how much they acknowledge your existence in a positive way, and they're not being shit scared of you when you walk up to them.
Yeah.
Certain cichlids can like recognize your face and all that.
Oh, I love that. I've seen some really good videos of people like petting like pea pufferfish. Surprising mouthful.
I don't think pea puffer specifically, just because of how tiny they are.
Yeah, I could totally be wrong with species.
Some of the bigger ones, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I'm hell diving. This requires my democratic focus.
Oh, goody.
Okay, let's talk.
You focus so hard.
I focused so hard I got torn to shreds.
Nah. But yeah, no, definitely not 100 on the species, but pufferfish have such dopey little faces. They're just little dudes.
I think pea puffers would actually be a pretty good beginner fish, because they would be a little bit less committal because they're so small, so you can have like a little 5-gallon tank for them. So like you want to try out fish tanks, but you don't want to have a big part of your house taken up.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
space is definitely a big thing for me at my current juncture. Okay. What layer am I supposed to be on right now? Okay. I am mixing these layers together, but that's fine. We're good. I'm gonna have to do something particular for the floor, I think. I don't think I should do all of these stairs as flat gold, but maybe having just like the sides of them gilded?
Actually, how do you feel about like having certain pets? Like, do you enjoy like having the progression of like farming certain colonies of organisms?
I can't say I've done anything like that in real life.
Because I think shrimp are really good for that, because like you can like start out with like 5 shrimp, and then over time you're gonna end up with like 20 and 30 and all that. It's so satisfying.
I've never been in a situation where I've had, like, how would you put, like, breeding pets?
No, I like breeding pets. Those are like one of my favorites. Except guppies, because guppies do it a little too quick for me.
A little too prolific.
Yes.
Now, I think the closest thing to that for me has been rearing wild caterpillars. So when I can, I will catch, raise, and release native caterpillars to their adult forms. I've been doing that since I was little.
We don't get much caterpillars in here. We do get butterflies, but I'm pretty sure most of them are just migratory species passing by.
Yeah, like they're probably having all their babes in my area and then they come visit.
Yeah.
For all I know, you could have seen one of mine.
Do you get like monarchs? Because we get monarchs passing by.
Oh, yes. I think the most common for me to be able to find and raise is spice bush swallowtails, eastern swallowtails, and monarchs.
I'm not very versed on my butterflies, so I'm gonna have to look those up. But before I can look up bugs, I need to kill them first in Helldivers.
Sometimes I think about in the future maybe keeping bees.
Yes, I am so down for bees as well.
I think it's so funny that if you keep bees bad enough, they'll just move away from you. They'll be like, I'm out.
I will get my services elsewhere.
They're smart. I appreciate that.
I still find it really fascinating when getting to see wild beehives.
Oh, yeah.
Because I only got to see it once last year, where there was like a big beehive, like the size of a PS5, just hanging on a tree.
I love that a PS5 is your comparison.
Yes, I will measure the size of beehives by the size of PS5s. Yes, this car is about as long as 7 PS5s.
Oh my gosh. Would that be like a PS35?
I don't know, I don't even have a PS5, but I've seen other people own it and it's gigantic.
Goodness.
Like, I have an easier time measuring things by like more, I guess, more concrete objects rather than like the concept of like meters and inches. Just because it just makes more sense.
You know what?
Kind of like how that one Smash Brothers like data videos are like, yes, this character moves in at 7 Marios per minute because they're basing their entire measurements on Mario's size or model.
That's really cute. What was I gonna say? You know what might be helpful for you? Measuring things in a dollar bill. Wanna know why?
Why?
A dollar bill is 6 inches.
Oh,
So
okay.
if you can compare anything to a dollar bill in X amount of dollar bills, you multiply that by 2, that's how many feet. The more you know.
This is like a little bit off topic, but I just recently remembered what my mom calls dwarf pea puffers.
Oh?
So you know how eaten pufferfish that are eaten are served as fugu?
Yes.
When we went to the aquarium in Japan, we saw like a little exhibit with pea puffers, and she just called them fugitos.
Oh. Oh, that's delightful. What the world?
And I just love that name. Mira los fugitos. Little fugus.
Oh, that's gonna stick with me. Also, I think I said the dollar bill thing backwards. I think it's... What did I say? I think I said divide by 2. It would be multiply? No, it would be divide. Hold on, I'm psyching myself out. Big surprise. Okay. I think I can get rid of those. And we will probably be able to copy paste them around. Love that for me. Should I put this on a different layer? I should be putting this on a different layer. Should. Yeah, we're gonna make a separate layer. Doop, 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 boop. And back here, let's grab the darker gold. Okay, and a little bit that we can clean up there. Oh, cool. I still did that on the wrong layer. Fantastic. We are goobering. We are goobering and goofing and gaffing.
Oh man, I just want you to know that I've been asleep.
Did you fully fall asleep?
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'll see if I can stay conscious until 10. I need to stay conscious for 7 hours to fix my sleep schedule.
Oh. Ugh.
Well, I won't be having it, I guess.
What happened?
I was being irresponsible. What else?
Am I surprised? No.
Chair looks good though.
Yay! I should probably put less effort into it. I feel so bad saying that. I should speed up my process. But chair. Nice chair.
Also, is it true that like cat meows gets it progressively sadder the longer you don't listen to them? like the tone of their voice becomes increasingly like more pathetic,
More
and
desperate.
whiny. Yeah.
Listen, man, you haven't heard nothing until you've worked at an animal shelter. They sound like they are prisoners of war. even though they get wet food for dinner, they sound like they are incarcerated.
I wonder if it, because I was thinking, like, I wonder if it's like intentional, kind of like, because to make themselves more kitten-like. Since like a lot of like domestic cat behaviors are left over from their kitten behaviors.
Yeah. No, I'd be willing to subscribe to the idea that they absolutely know what they're doing. Alyssa says, "Hi, my name is Doodled Connors. Please like and follow." An imposter.
Oh god, which one is which?
You'll just have to shoot us both, I guess.
Let me bonk you real quick, but like, I'm hell diving.
A delayed bonkage. You'll never get me. Not said, they've always had bad luck with animals except for cats. Mm-hmm. Cats are delightfully hardy animals. That is definitely a through line with my experiences. And also, cats will just do better when they're indoor animals, too.
Okay, time to bonk the otter.
To prove once and for all.
Dondi's streaming.
Ooh. I don't know who that is.
He's the lead director of The Isle and a bad role model.
At least you're honest with yourself.
Where's the bonk, Connor? There it is. Attack.
Thanks. Felicity says that their name is Indoor Animal. New favorite Muppet just dropped.
Oh yeah, I forgot I'm banned from the chat.
What did you do?
So I made like a very obvious like Dark Knight Rises quote when the streamer was talking about suicide. It's like, hey, until this is over, you have permission to die, and if somehow like that got interpreted as like, I don't know, I guess something else, and I got banned for it.
Yeah, no, even if it's a reference, you know. It to people who don't know, it just sounds like encouragement.
Again, bad role model.
Goodness.
Like I like his vision for the game that he's developing, but like he's really insufferable as a person. Because it seems like he's incapable of enjoying anything unless it's like perfect 10 out of 10.
The perfectionist gene ruining fun once again.
Yeah. Like, how would I describe him? Like, imagine him like one of those cartoon rant personas, but for literally everything.
Oh, where's the joy?
I know he's like, like the way he just hates everything makes me seem like how, like okay, you're just incapable of enjoying anything.
Thinking about that one scene of SpongeBob when they like automate all the Krabby Patty work, and he's just like sitting there like, where's the love? That's me looking at this man.
I mean, other than that, I still have some respect for him.
Mm-hmm.
Since like he's always like stuck to his price of like the game's always gonna stay at $20, and he's never gonna have DLC for his game. Also, he basically released The Isle 2 for his game as a free update rather than like a sequel.
Oh, that's neat. I love seeing people with principles.
He does have like some really good virtues, but he's like disgustingly cynical.
It's you, but the dark timeline.
Mm-hmm. Let's just say he's not a person to take after going fresh into college.
Oh my gosh. Hot Red says, that sounds like Antoine Ego from Ratatouille.
He's like Anton Ego and Gordon Ramsay.
Oh my god.
But not as angry. So I'd say, yeah, Anton Ego's more accurate, because if he was Gordon Ramsay, he'd be a lot angrier.
Slapping the dinosaurs. They're effing raw!
Right now, he's showcasing the playable T-Rex that's not out yet.
Ooh. T-Wex. Everyone loves T-Wex.
Because I'm pretty sure, because there's a very high chance that T-Rex might be released this year alongside Triceratops into the playable roster.
Surprised that it would have taken him that long, because those are like the marketable dinosaurs, you know?
Yeah, so what happened is that they had to start from the ground up because of coding reasons. That's why they had to remake the game from the ground up, but they just never charged anyone for it. It just made it a free update.
Okay, that makes sense.
And the initial approach that they wanted to do is like, okay, we're gonna work up our roster the way up like an ecosystem where we're gonna start with like very small dinosaurs to lay out the foundation in the game systems before we like extend those into larger dinosaurs, because if we start out with like the large dinosaurs right away, nobody's gonna play the little dinosaurs.
True. That's actually a pretty smart strategy, I think. Kippen's asking what game we're talking about. Wong
The
is...
Isle.
Yeah, Wong is talking about The Isle.
So The Isle is a multiplayer survival game where you play as a dinosaur in an open world, and every other dinosaur on the map is a player.
Dinosaur MMO real.
It can be really fun, but like the player base is prone to cheating a lot. There's a lot of cheaters and mix packers. And mix packers refers to like players who work together when they're not the same species, and it just ruins the spirit of the game.
Yeah. they're not committing. Not committing to their role. Ooh, Cupid's never heard of The Isle before. Okay. It's one of those games that I don't necessarily want to say it's been in development hell, because they have released things and they're still actively updating, but it had a very long and still continued journey in development.
Yeah, it's because it's been in early access since 2015, and they had to redo their game from the ground up in 2021.
Lissy says that their name is Development Hell. How are you changing your name so fast? It must be so expensive.
But what was I thinking? Oh yeah, so The Isle I would recommend if your GPU can handle Unreal Engine 5 and if you're willing to put up with like waiting like 5 hours or more just to grow your dinosaur to full size, because otherwise you're kind of like small and pathetic most of the time.
Buddy, that's my daily life. And catchable.
And like the thing is, like, you can also enjoy The Isle. Like, you don't have to be like the big unstoppable predator or herbivore. Because I think there's also like a lot of fun just playing like the smaller creatures. Because there's a lot of fun like being the chased in the hunt.
Yeah.
And there's also like a higher emphasis on stealth.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of games where the problem is people only want to be like the big hitter characters, but like that's definitely like the problem with like the player base. Like everybody wants to be the power fantasy. Yeah.
And when everyone's the power fantasy, like there are no prey there's nobody playing the prey animals to sustain that ecosystem.
Yeah, but if you have,
And that's
like...
always been a very foundational problem with the game.
Yeah. But, like, if you have a thoroughly rich, like, environment, then suddenly, you know, you're incentivizing playing more aspects of the ecology of it, and that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is neat as heck.
Another problem is that Dondi and the developers are so adamant on making their maps as big as possible. But the problem is that Unreal Engine can barely handle like 200 players, and even then 200 players still isn't enough to fully populate the map that they have. So you often end up with like, yeah, this map is really pretty, but it's like nobody is there. And most of the players, you're gonna find them hanging out in like hotspots, like very specific lakes and rivers.
Mm.
And it usually just turns into like battles for control of that space. So, like, okay, sometimes the Cerrados are in control of the lake, or sometimes it's like the Diabloceratops groups. Or sometimes it's the filthy mix packers.
It suddenly turns into like a dinosaur war simulator.
Yes, and that's essentially like how everybody wants to play the game, instead of like as like an ecosystem. Even though like the developers been like, the Isle is not a fighting game. We don't balance the game our characters for fighting. We balance them after surviving, which is more than just fighting. It includes hiding and like collecting resources and traversing the environment.
Yeah.
But like, nah. The players are like, nah, combat. Dinosaur fights go brr.
I do get the appeal. I do get the appeal. Ulysses says not enough games have damsels in distress rules in them. I'm gonna put a T-Rex in a pretty little dress up in a tower, just for you. You are now Princess Triceratops. Okay, let's do some funky stuff here, I'm thinking. I'm in this weird zone where these backgrounds need to mean something, but also, like, trying to figure out what level of detail I'm willing to sacrifice to speed it up.
Also, Connor, would you find animal survival games appealing, or are you more interested in survival games for their building aspect?
I have never once tried a, like, animal sim survival game. So maybe at some point, you can teach me.
Boy.
What's with that Mickey Mouse? Oh boy.
My dumbass going all the way to the Steam shop on my way to buy you a copy of the Isle.
Bro literally said, oh, "Gorsh."
Gorsh.
Goodness. You want to play it on stream together sometime?
Oh yeah, I would love to. This is a gift. Continue the gift options.
Oh my god, it's
gift
happening now.
Where are you?
It wasn't a bluff.
I keep my promises, Connor.
The hesitation was so little.
Continue the payment.
Oh good, good grief and alas.
Purchase. Alright, there you go.
I think I just got. I think I just got. Okay, well, I know what we're doing for one of these streams now. When do you tend to be free?
Weekends from starting late Thursday.
So what you're telling me is Saturday could be a dinosaur stream.
Sure. I'll show you all I know.
I can show you the world.
Would you be interested in playing carnivore or herbivore?
Okay. In actual survival games, I tend to go for either things where defending myself is really easy, or I'm fast so that I don't have to deal with taking a lot of damage. I feel like small herbivore might end up being the case, because there's some speedy little guys. I'm thinking like a Hypsy.
Yeah, Hypsilophodon, Dryosaurus, Gallimimus, very beginner friendly. Because Gallimimus, if you stay aware of your surroundings, you're practically invincible.
Nice.
I feel like people don't give the small dinosaurs enough credit when it comes to survivability. Yeah, sure, they suck at combat, but in terms of surviving, they're practically immortal because they can either outrun their predator or they can just hide because they're so small. They are secretly the top tiers. If you put them in survival tier list, they would be top tiers.
Nice.
But people just care too much about combat, so they don't realize that they are top tier.
Everyone wants to be a big stompy. Ulysses says, I feel like it'd be a good damsel in distress main. I am good at running away. So, perhaps correct? Good at running away. Okay, let's add a fade up on here. And then maybe a gold trim to the door frame itself. I should be way more zoomed in if I'm going to do a detail like this. Why do I do this to myself?
I assume you have a decent computer. If you can you run Unreal Engine 5 games?
It runs Grounded. Grounded is pretty detailed and loads in a pretty big map.
Okay, then maybe you'll be fine. It's really hard to find friends that are willing to play the Isle and can actually run it on their computers.
Okay, here's a question. Does the Isle have graphics settings?
Yes.
I am not the type of person to be so, clingy about my frame rate and, polygon count that I'll play with potato graphics. I feel like there are people who are way too precious about stuff like that. When the core of the game should be gameplay. It should not be how many FPS you can squeeze out of it.
There's also an alternative. The Isle's main competitor is Path of Titans, which is made of a few former Isle devs. And Path of Titans does have a few advantages in that it's more accessible and it's less graphically demanding, as well as mod access. But my main problem with it is that the game systems, there are no game systems that enforce players to play in a survival game. So you just end up with a lot of T-Rexes just sitting in a lake with their herbivore friends and chatting all day.
The dinosaur utopia.
Yeah, and if you actually try to hunt somebody, all those dinosaurs in that lake are gonna get up and they're gonna mob you.
You broke the peace. You were not a vibe.
That community used to be in the Isle. I do not miss them.
Dinosaur politics.
However, Path of Titans does have their Rhamphorhynchus, which in that game they gave him a mosquito niche where you can just latch onto bigger dinosaurs and take a tiny little bite out of them. You can't hurt them, but you can inflict a disease debuff, and you also heal yourself by sucking their blood. So you're like a little parasitic bird.
I love vampire builds.
Except you're incapable of dealing any real damage. You're just there to be a little mosquito.
Gotcha. So you're never taking anything down. You're just leeching.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to a very literal degree.
Yes. But it's still enjoyable because that kind of ecological niche doesn't exist in the Isle.
Yeah. No, they both sound fun.
But I personally prefer the Isle since the gameplay system just give it a slightly better, tighter survival experience, whereas Path of Titans doesn't even try to be a hardcore. Well, I guess it's not trying to be a hardcore survival game.
Yeah.
It's more like an RPG MMO more than anything.
Yeah, that just means they're going for different market niches.
Mm-hmm. That's why there's more children in Path of Titans.
Yeah, it's good that it exists.
I'd compare Path of Titans and the Isle to the Salty Spittoon and Winnie Hut Juniors. Hey, yo, welcome to the Isle. How tough are you?
Wait, then what's the Super Weenie Hut Juniors? Because there's multiple Weenie Hut Juniors.
Oh, yeah, Winnie Hut Juniors is Path of Titans, and Super Winnie Hut Juniors is Beast of Bermuda.
Delightful. Okay.
I remember you speaking of dinosaur politics, but the world of dinosaur survival games is just a cesspool of spite because the Isle is a spite project of Primal Carnage.
I think you mentioned that before.
And Beast of Bermuda is a spite project of the Isle, and Path of Titans is also a spite project of the Isle.
That's so funny to me. I wish I could operate on spite. Imagine how powerful I would be. So Elyssie says they think the song sounds like Video Killed the Radio Star, which was the last song. Unless we're talking about this song that's on right now. The last one was Super Mario Bros. 3 Athletic Theme. This is Coin Slinger from the legendary Starfy OST. Which I guess I could hear it in that. Perhaps not crazy. Okay, do I want to... I could fill these colors in and just kind of whiff the line art. Yeah, I can get away with that. Yeah. So, Wong, I think I've told you this before, but almost all of my dinosaur knowledge comes from the Fossil Fighter video games.
I have a friend who was also a bit into Fossil Fighters, but I never got into Fossil Fighters.
Yeah, one of the things is they severely shortened the name of all the dinosaurs, so whenever I refer to them, it's always super truncated versions, like me calling a Hypsilodon a Hypsy.
No, that's absolutely fine because like that's literally how the IL community and like Path of Titans refers to their dinosaurs. Is like, oh yeah, there's a Hypsy over there, there's a Rex over there, or like, hey, kill that Dibble. Dibbles is what we call Diabloceratops. The context is that the first Diabloceratops model had a very round body with like a yellow skin, so he looked like a big potato with horns.
Oh.
So that's why we call him the Dibbles.
That's adorable. Okay, it's good to know that I won't feel too out of place referring to things that way, then.
No, you'll fit right in.
Fantastic. But yeah, the game severely increased my recognition of certain dinosaurs, but severely decreased my ability to remember their proper names.
Like, especially when there's like when they had dinosaurs like with really confusing names, like the Bepiosaurus. People call them Bapis or Bepis or ducks.
Bepis.
Or we just call them ducks sometimes.
Little quackers. Alyssa says, baby name idea. Trunkatillin? Trunkatillin? Trunkatillin. Trunkatillin.
Never heard of such a thing.
Oh, I know they're gaffing. At least they better be. Or else. Or else.
And regarding the Isle, I'm like playing it right now. I've been recently wanting to grow out a Troodon because in the Isle, Troodon niche is being a venom rat.
Oh. So like just, if someone hits you, you cause problems for them.
Yeah, but you cannot survive any hit, so you're kind of reliant on like getting a bunch of players together to be a swarm and just ankle bite enemies to death.
I wonder if that's intended or if they.
It is intentional because like they wanted to design children as like this it's like nocturnal predator that attacks in mobs. So, like, in order for Troodon to actually work, you have to coordinate with your friends in large numbers to, like, attack at night because they have the best night vision in the game.
Ooh, okay.
And I've seen gameplay of Troodon, and, like, apparently it's surprisingly competent, like, picking off lone players that are, like, either injured, fresh from a fight, or, like, juveniles.
Opportunist moment.
Yeah. And like the idea of like playing like somebody that picks off the weak is just really fun.
Submitting that one to the therapist to see what happens. So Alyssa clarified that they were saying truncate plus Caitlin, so truncatelin. I understand now, thank you.
No idea what that means.
Alyssa is very good at just smashing words together. I delight in it.
Call me a shape because I am an obtuse triangle.
Okay, boop.
Actually, I hope this year they give Hypsilophodon the climbing ability so that it can actually be an arboreal creature.
Ooh.
Because if you've seen the design of Hypsilophodon, they took the creative liberties to design it after a bird of paradise.
That's right.
And also the concept art shows it like being in trees and making like little nests up there.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
It's also like the only dinosaur in the game to have a projectile.
Oh? How did they just...
You know how the Jurassic Park Dilophosaurus spits venom?
Yeah, okay.
So imagine that, but like Hypsilophodon's defense mechanism is to just projectile vomit at its predator to blind them.
What? I mean, I'm sure nature's done it before in real life, but that's wild.
Yeah. Yeah, and so like when you projectile vomit at a target, it also like takes a chunk out of your hunger meter.
That makes sense. Wow. Lissy says, every time I say gaff, they just think of gaff as in, I don't give a fuck. So perhaps you were having a gaff.
I don't know why, I was thinking more like gaffers.
Oh,
I don't even know what's a gaffer.
I'm referring to the term as into how to laugh at something, but I don't know if that's actually related to, like, the concept of a gaffer or not.
No, it doesn't. My mind just wanders to those words that are not related to the subject.
Now I want to go look it up on Adam Online. I'm gonna do it.
I don't even know what a gaffer is. I just heard it in Lord of the Rings.
Okay. Yep, Adam Online. Let's learn a thing. Where does the word gaff come from?
Hey y'all, I'm yearning for the learning.
Oh my god.
Movie.
Okay, I'm seeing a couple of different words that are spelled the same. One of them is an iron hook used in a French type of boat. One is to talk, such as spilling a secret in Old English. One is a cheap musical hall or theater in British slang. And one is a blunder, clumsy remark. Am I spelling gaff right then?
Gaffer.
Well,
Oh,
first,
wait, are you talking about like gaff rather than gaffer? Because I'm thinking about gaffer.
starting
Still.
with gaff.
Ah, I see.
Here's one that says it's British slang to gamble. Am I using this word completely wrong? Because none of these are what I was thinking they are.
You know what's one of my favorite words?
What?
Guffaw. Guffawing.
Huh. Gaffs might more so mean to swindle or trick, because I'm seeing it used in conjunction with japes. So tricks and jokes, maybe? Maybe? Okay, we're gonna look up gaffer too.
There's some gaffery going on.
A gaffer is a cheap lighting technician on a set. That I am familiar with because of Total Drama Island. Okay, let's go back to
It's been a while since I watched Total Drama.
Another definition. Elderly rustic. A contraction of godfather. Huh. Okay. And then Alyssa says to them, a gaffer is someone who gives a heck. Okay, and then according to Kjuppen, in Lord of the Rings, a gaffer is a farmer or a gardener.
A farmer or a gardener? Okay, because I was wondering, because Sam, when he's fighting his way up to the tower in Mordor, he's like, this is for Frodo, this one's for the Shire, and this one's for my old gaffer.
Although that use right there, I wonder if that's the proper use of it being a contraction of Godfather.
Either that or gardeners, because in Hobbit society, gardeners are very respected.
Yeah, I suppose it could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, no, Kilpin says that it's actually boss or foreman. Many options.
Mm-hmm.
Many doors, Ed boy.
I'm so glad I'm pretty good at English. I'm probably better at English than I am with Spanish, which is my first tongue.
Been absorbed into it.
Yes, because I was snatched out of my Mexican school in 4th grade. So I was just thrust into this new world.
Get got.
And then I proceed to surpass the rest of my family when it comes to English.
Yeah, that often happens with immigration. And the kids are just more absorbent, spongy, malleable.
That sure was a funny way to die.
What happened?
So I was a little baby Trudon, and there was a Diabloceratops just minding its own business, eating grass, and I just latched onto him. So like my little baby Trudon is just like hanging onto the side of the Diabloceratops, so like gnawing and biting into its side and doing no damage because it's just a little flea. So it's like. And then the Diabloceratops just like walks over to his friend to show him like, oh yeah, there's a Trudon on my side, like he can get it off, and just proceeds to like horn charge his friend just to get rid of me.
Oh.
It's like getting rid of like little mosquitoes stuck on you.
Bro asked him to smack his back for him.
Mm-hmm.
The gall of you in that scenario. Okay, should I add a darker shadow here? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Spooky.
Being a little menace is obligatory for playing Trudon in the Isle.
Menace behavior is delightful always. Okay,
It's be a menace until you become a threat.
Goals. Okay, time to slap these character colors in. I'm thinking.
I think Donnie just switched to chivalry. What is he playing? It's like a multiplayer medieval battle game, and everybody with like pretty large teams, and they're just slashing each other with axes and spears in a desert setting. So I don't know what the game this is.
A bunch of boys being boys.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's For Honor. I have no idea. I don't recognize this game at all.
Oh, I think that little bit. Pop that out.
I have no idea why the developers didn't give Trudon the ability to eat rotten flesh. Because because it's just so low in the food chain of the game that it should be able to eat rotten corpses without consequences. It should be able to scavenge properly.
Becoming an opportunist if you don't have other options just makes sense. I agree.
Because otherwise, if you eat rotten flesh, you're gonna get a vomit sickness, which just takes a huge chunk out of your thirst, stamina, and hunger bar, and just puts a cap on it until the disease wears off.
Yeah, especially if we're talking about an animal that's already, like, quote-unquote good at throwing up. Okay, the heels are white, and then we have gold bits here. Oh, I made this guy really simple to color. Go me. Thank you, past Connor, for making future Connor's life easier.
Hoot.
How dare you? How dare you give a hoot in my vicinity?
I always find it funny that you receive hoots with hostility.
It just sounds so haughty.
No, it's more like hoot like an owl. It's
Well,
like
yeah. Maybe I just think owls are haughty animals.
Remind me what haughty means.
Full of themselves.
I can see it. Kind of see it. Hey, we're talking about like the owl from Winnie the Pooh. And if I recall correctly, I think the owl from Winnie the Pooh is like one of the few characters that's like an actual animal and not a plush toy. From what I've seen.
I've never considered that. But yeah.
Like, all the other terrestrial animals are plush toys, but the owl is like, doesn't have any signs of like having seams like of being a plush.
There's gotta be fan theories about that somewhere.
My theory is that like, since Winnie the Pooh's like based on like Christopher Robin's childhood memories of like playing with his toys, maybe the owl just represents like that one owl that he just runs into while playing in the forest, like an actual owl.
Heck yeah.
Kind of like how Tarka the otter was the author named the otter Tarka based on an otter that they met in their childhood.
Fantastic.
Out in the river.
Love that.
And I don't know if this is true, but like, I remember hearing that like Legend of Zelda is based on like either Miyamoto or somebody else's experience of like going into a cave and there was a boar in there.
Ooh.
In Japan.
Well, that's actually really fun. I have not heard that before.
So you could say like, oh yeah, the boar Ganondorf represents the boar. And like the cave is the dungeon that Ganondorf hides in.
Yo. Also, that would be really scary as a kid, so I get it.
It's probably not true, but it's a fun legend to think about.
Yeah, a little bit of urban mythology.
Kind of like, because I know Pokemon was definitely based on like one of the creators' childhood of like collecting bugs.
Yeah, me for real.
I've been thinking of like starting a bug collection, but like that sounds like such a hassle because I have let so many magnificent bugs pass by my vicinity alive, and also I don't think I should not be trusted with that kind of drive. If I ever go travel and I just go after Asian giant hornets to collect like Pokemon.
Look, I never kept them permanently. It was always catch and release.
Oh no, because I'm thinking more like the ones that were like the picture frame husks and dead exoskeletons.
Pinning them. Yeah, definitely a big difference there in my mind.
Because I know I met somebody in the university who's like actively collecting bugs for their collection, and I just see her like catching wasps in cups to pin into her collection for later.
Delightful. Alyssy says they collect rocks. Heck yes. Picking up a good, cool rock off the ground is a base human need. Space otter need, actually. It's both.
I love being so insignificant that my enemies don't even acknowledge my existence.
Minding your own business, except for when you decide to latch onto them.
Mm-hmm.
In which case, you will be the biggest annoyance ever.
I choose when I get to become a problem.
Okay, that's the new favorite sentence of the day for me. Right there. Good morning.
Oh. Good morning.
Oh, did Dota take a nap?
I don't know how purposeful it was, but yeah.
It wasn't on purpose.
You said it was?
It was not.
Oh, womp womp.
I was just listening to you and I put my head down on the table and then...
That was your first mistake?
I can't believe you. You were napping all night.
Oh, man. Actually, what time did I woke up at 9:30?
I think that's probably like the only Undertale joke I find funny.
Oh, this is a... Oh, I don't know anything about Undertale.
Really?
You were napping all night, Sans. I think it's called sleeping.
Just from what you guys tell me.
There's at least one character he'd probably really like. And she definitely likes women.
Oh, who is she?
Undyne.
Unbind.
Nope, D. Undyne.
Undyne.
Close enough.
What about Undyne?
I'm marketing her to Dada.
Ah, okay.
Man.
I'm surprised out of all the Undertale characters, I don't think anybody has made Undyne in Rivals of Aether. And there's like so many Undertale characters already.
Oh.
Undyne sounds like she'd have some of the best combat options.
Mm-hmm. But like we have Flowey, Frisk, and I think the dummy before we got Undyne.
That's weird.
And then we also have like the Deltarune cast.
That's weird.
What's the name of that deer lady?
Noelle.
I have strong animosity towards Noelle in Rivals of Aether.
Why? What's wrong there?
They make her too good.
Yes, it's the command grab.
Ooh.
They gave her a command grab where she grabs you and then she just starts shaking you.
Mean to you.
I don't know if that's a reference to something in Deltarune because I don't actively worship Toby Fox like other people.
I don't think it's a reference to anything. I think they just maybe made her too powerful. Like her actual thing, if she had a thing, is like freezing people.
Yeah, that's on top of freezing people with projectiles, so...
Yeah. Maybe a little too much.
She's not fun to deal with.
Yeah, maybe a little too much then. Lissy says that she is their bestie's favorite, so she's their favorite by proxy. Lissy is the ride or die.
Alright, since I know how to spell it now, thanks, Alyssa. Let me look up this character. Oh, yeah, I would like her. She looks cool.
Her introduction in the game is her wearing full armor, so you get one of those gender reveal moments where you're not sure the whole game, and then boom, woman. Woman in armor. Woman spotted.
Oh yeah, my first taste in women was women in armor back when I was a kid when I played Halo and Gears of War, so I get it.
I love your...
I get woman in armor.
I love your enthusiasm.
I can like non-women characters, guys. Okay, just want you to know that.
But do you like this one?
I do like this one.
Okay, that's all.
You're right.
T.
But your effects look good. Man, you're so fast.
Not fast enough.
You are. Oh, we got everything written and colored and... Yeah. That's nice.
I'm working on overtime. I was naughty.
Oh.
Remember, I set myself a soft limit. Not a hard limit, but, you know. There is a goal. Actually, I should be hiding the text while I'm doing this. Yeah, okay, I love the concept of this character because he's built like a Roomba, but he refuses to touch the floor. Just the oxymoronic like design there is very good in my mind.
Why doesn't he like the floor?
Do you want to eat floor trash?
Definitely not.
Why should this guy?
I mean,
if my ecological niche if I had an ecological niche as a scavenger, yes. But alas, I am an apex predator. Destroyer of worlds.
Okay, throw this back on. I think I do.
This kind of reminds me of that one folk tale about the raven and the coyote, where like the coyote and the raven are like gods that created creatures of the land, but then because the raven refused to bring the coyote's son back to life, he would just become an enemy of the raven.
Okay.
So in order to attack the raven, he would create monsters, but because they were so big that the raven could just spot them and just delete them. So the coyote created a human as like a creature so terrible and dangerous, but in a form that like is small and unassuming.
Aww.
And when the human was sent to kill the raven decides to give the human free will. And thus like the origin of humanity. The worst monster of all, but with the gift of free will.
The ability to choose, not be bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun one.
I always loved like those little fables, especially the ones with coyotes. Coyotes is always my favorite character in all of those.
Smart and tricky and lowly.
Mm-hmm. And I think did I ever tell you about like the ungrateful snake story?
Is that... No. Okay, no. I think I was thinking of the scorpion, where it like is crossing a river on a guy's back and he's just like, I'm gonna bite you anyways.
Oh yeah, the scorpion and the frog?
Yeah. Is it similar to that?
Kind of. It's more like, yeah, the snake is a jerk, but it's more so like it starts out of well, like there's like I think the African version and then there's the Mexican version. I know the Mexican version because of the coyote. And the Mexican version is like Pancho would find a snake stuck under a rock. And after freeing the snake, the snake rewards him by trying to kill him. And then the coyote is like, hey, what's going on here? It's like, oh, the snake tried to kill me after I released him from this rock. I see. Can you recreate this scenario by putting the snake back into the rock? Okay, let's do it. So they put the snake back under the rock and like, okay, just ditch him, leave him back in the rock. Let's get out of here.
I remember that one now.
And I love it because like the coyote is always presented like this really clever, wily character.
Okay. Is there anything else I want to do to this?
And in the African version, I believe it's a fox. And instead of like putting him back in the rock, I think the fox is able to just trick the man to get his spear back so he can kill the snake.
Gotcha.
But I think the Mexican one's better because, like, yeah, put him back in the rock. please recreate the situation that you've made for yourself.
Leave his ass. Ooh, okay. It looks like I accidentally compressed the line art of the background down, so I guess we're not touching that anymore. I guess it's done. I guess the background is done, whether or not I'm ready for that. Unless I saved a different version of it right now. Hold on. I could do that. Save duplicate. Or no, save as. Name that B, so if I really need, I can go back into A and get the line art back. I do think that I can call this John, though. I'll send it to the commissioner. I'll send it. Okay, boop. Boop.
Skip and frolic like a calf. Referencing the image posted on the Discord.
Lissy says they don't have any favorite songs in Undertale, but their oomph is like a ride or die for Alfies. Oh, not favorite songs, just strong favorites. If I had to pick one Undertale character to really like, it's also Alphys for me. I love how unassuming her character is, despite, like, the very intense entanglement she directly has with the lore. Like, that girl has some guilt. And prior to this, your favorite Undertale character was Kara, but they're barely a character. Real. That is just a plot point. That is not a character, that is a plot point. Very tempting to wrap up a bit early. It's only 10 minutes early. It's not really enough time to start anything. And Lissy says, she inadvertently created the horrors, but she stays silly. Role model. Role model material. Yeah, I'm gonna pick who we're gonna rate out to.
Some real shady behavior.
Wow, we have a couple of people doing art.
I really like Shaddy's writing style, but their tone just directly clashes with mine.
Yeah, I haven't chatted with them in a good while. I hope they're doing well.
I hope so too.
Let's see. I think I have 3 choices here. I'm gonna pick Cosmic Momo. Yeah. Okay, set that up, /raid. And while that's loading up, let's clean the floor a little. Time to go Roomba mode.
No.
Yeah? Are you gonna make my onomatopoeias for me, huh? Huh?
I can't. I would if I could, though. Num 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 num. Oh, you can do that. Yeah. Num num num
Yeah.
num 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 num.
That's what we're doing.
Burp. Num num
What?
num num num.
I don't do that.
Oh. Num num. Num 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 num. So dainty.
You know, I think I don't want the rest now.
No, you gotta eat it.
Oh.
You gotta eat
You're
it.
adding to the mountain. You're adding to the mountain. Goodness. What? Oh, Fresh is here.
Yeah, Fresh has been here for a while.
Oh, good. You were successfully hiding this whole time from me.
I was so excited, you have no idea.
Congrats, you finally got me.
Yay! Thank you, chat, for hiding me behind the seafood unknowingly.
Okay, I gotta hit this rate out button real quick, but y'all know we love Cosmic Mumu. They use he, they pronouns, and they are currently working on commission art. So be good to streamer. I'll catch you around sometime. Ta-ta. My gosh, I've never